Yes, guys, welcome back to the channel, back with another episode of the Arsenal All Out Show. And yeah, after missing a week, last week, it's about time that, we bring it back for this one, especially when Arsenal play this week on Friday. We've got a lot to actually delve into. Obviously, the Man City game yesterday in the Community Shield. We've got, obviously, Coventry this Friday, season predictions and all, expectations, all of that jazz. So we'll be previewing and also reviewing the Man City game from yesterday. We are joined by, of course, Darkside, man like Domination, and Kizzy, who we will, of course, introduce later on. He's just in the middle of doing something at the moment, which I'm not 100% sure what. But unfortunately, no Io and AT. AT's having some trouble with his internet, and Io is working, unfortunately. So, we will be joined by, hopefully, Josh. XB will be joining us, and Seb as well. So it's gonna be a feisty. Look at Darkside. he can't wait, But first and foremost, how are you boys doing, man?
Domination, you want to take it?
Exhausted, mate. I've been running around. I'm getting too old for this. But all good, all good. Yeah, a lovely week away recently as well. So nice to be back on. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Feeling good, feeling strong. Obviously good. I don't know, man. Still a bit annoyed about certain things with Arsenal and a bit anxious about this up and coming season. But overall, things have been okay on my end, man. Things have been okay. It's not been great. But life is like that, isn't it?
Well, hopefully it will come on the up soon, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. We've also got Josh just in time.
Yeah, sorry I'm late, boys. But yeah, big up. How we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I was worried that I sent the wrong link out because Darkside sent me a message privately that the link wasn't working. I was like, oh no, I sent the same link out to literally everybody. Don't tell me it's not working. But how are you, bro? You good?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Not too bad. Of course, buzzing with the result yesterday, weren't it? Yeah. So yeah, I know we're talking about it, but yeah, how's your holiday, man? Are you still on holiday now?
No. I'm back now.
Oh, you're back now. Nice.
Yeah, I'm just at my grandparents at the moment, so I'm not in my usual studio. But I was just saying to the guys backstage, Willy Caballero, right?
Yeah.
The ex-Man City Chelsea goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He was on the same flight.
No way.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. At first, I was like, yo, there's a million Willy Caballeros on this planet. So I was like, yo, it can't be him. But then again, we flew from Manchester Airport. He had a full Manchester City tracksuit on. He's one of the Man City first team coaches. And he was like 3 or 4 seats in front of me. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? And I told him, listen, I wouldn't work with Maresca either. And he sent a strong message out to all of you lot that you've got to hit the like button. You've got to subscribe if you're new. Because obviously he watches these videos, innit? So, instead of witnessing a 3-0 battering in the Community Shield, why not come and link up with my man, innit? Why not?
Well, he clearly didn't want to watch the 3-0 battering. That's why he's on the flight with you. him and Rodri off to Spain, mate.
No, that conversation definitely did not happen. It was actually on the way there anyway. But yeah, there's a cool little story.
Rory, we were all in on that. We were all invested. All invested in your story. There, we're all going along with it.
Yeah, but what was true actually that he was on the same flight.
He was. You did say.
Which I was shocked about actually. But there we go. Anyways, speaking of the result yesterday, 3-0 win against Man City. Probably the best I've seen Arsenal play under Arteta in about 1 or 2 years, probably. In terms of performance wise, I'd put that bluntly. I think everything about that performance wasn't something that I was expecting, to be honest, but we pulled through.
Yours, Maresca.
Yeah. And I know it's glorified friendly and whatever, but at the end of the
Oh,
day,
whoa! Don't disrespect the English Super Cup, all right?
yeah, I mean, I was just going to say, like, you either win the Premier League or the FA Cup to qualify for that competition anyway. So, listen, for me, the performance mattered as opposed to the result, like, in my opinion. And we got both. We got the result and we got the performance in. Obviously, we'll delve into a few players as well because, individually, we were brilliant. But, yeah, we'll go to Dark Side first on this one. Did you catch up on the game, bro?
Yeah. I went to Kilburn to go watch it with some friends.
Yeah.
Really good performance. But I think it was the best performance probably since Sunderland at home, I'd probably say. When we won 3-0.
Fulham.
Oh yeah, Lewis Skelly. Yeah. What? Yeah. Lewis Skelly. Yeah. But yeah. Early. Obviously, we got the early goal. Obviously, my goal got the assist. Calafiori, the wild horse, the pretty pony, got the goal. Mr. Italiano, Mr. Buongiorno himself. Just really happy with the performance. I wasn't really. I was expecting us to be under the cosh a lot. I think after we scored, we was kind of sitting deep a little bit. I think Man City had about 64% possession. I was kind of expecting us to be on the cosh for a lot longer, and then we got the second goal, and then we got the third goal at the beginning of the first half, beginning of the second half. Sorry. And yeah, it was a performance I was proud of. Honestly, that could have been 8-0. Honestly, that could have easily been 8-0. And it was nice to see Bruno start. It was nice to see Mars Lewis Skelly start. One thing I will say I was a bit annoyed about, I didn't like the fact that Rice and Saka were in the squad. That really kind of pissed me off. And the fact that they played as well. I mean, I don't mind them being on the bench, but when we were 3-0 up, there was literally no reason for Rice to play. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to, I mean, it just makes you think: has Arteta actually learned? Has Arteta actually matured as a manager, or is he going to be doing the same BS again, where he's just going to run Rice and Saka into the ground? I mean, he did start Bruno, but I feel like Bruno should have just got the full 90 because Bruno's fit, he's ready to go, and Declan Rice is running on fumes. So those are my only negatives from the performance and from the entirety of the game. But overall, very happy with the performance. I was going to say very happy with the 3 points, but obviously happy to win the first trophy. That's 1 out of 5 done, and yeah, I think hopefully it's things to come. And obviously, I just want to say this one last thing before I pass over. Solis, not a flashy guy, no step overs, but GA machine, man, GA machine, and that's what we need, man. We need a GA machine. I don't want to. If you're not going to be able to do the fancy flicks and trickery, then get output. Simple as that.
Yeah,
I learned tonight not to do fancy tricks and trickery, but I did it and got stamped on. In fairness there, Winger, and I said it to him, I was equally as surprised by the fancy footwork.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, Dark Side, you got to sing the chant, surely. The Zolis chant. Go on, bro.
There's always what?
Sing the Zolis chant, bro.
Oh, bro, no, I'm not singing that.
Go on.
I'm not singing that. Nah, not my black ass. I ain't singing that shit. I ain't singing that shit, man. The one, you know what though? There is one Solis chant I'm gonna sing. I saw it on Twitter yesterday. It was whoop whoop. That's the sound of Solis. Nice.
Oh, nice.
That's not the chant I was talking about, bro.
That's the one.
Oh, I'm talking about another one. Sorry. Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad, guys. That was a problem.
Yeah. We'll go to Dom next. What were you saying about the game overall, bro?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the game, I was expecting it to be. Josh and I were talking in a preview before the game about how that game was going to be won or lost in midfield, and Arsenal absolutely dominated it from start to finish, completely controlled the central areas. And I think that's something we have struggled to do against City, when they're under Pep. City, to be honest with you, looked better than us in pre-season. And I think it just shows that you can't always read too much into pre-season because you don't quite know what the manager's looking to get out of it. But, Arsenal exploited the weaknesses in City, which was the gaps between their defenders beautifully. We saw it with the first goal, but we saw it at other times during the game. Some absolutely wonderful performance in the middle of a park. Miles Lewis Skelly, absolutely superb. I don't think I can do him the same justice as Darkside has just done, but that pass for that goal was absolutely elite, but I thought he absolutely dominated Elliot Anderson. It made Elliot Anderson look like a £1.16 million player, not a £116 million player. But you know, I mean, Anderson will grow. I mean, we do have to remember though that you know, a lot of these players were playing their first minutes of preseason. Anderson, Haaland, you know, haven't had a lot of a kick. But it was the same for us as well. You know, we had players that barely played either. Odegaard looked absolutely sensational out there. He needs to show that he can do it consistently again. He obviously did it before, but the last 2 seasons have been very interrupted, very difficult. But I think that's really encouraging with the way he was moving the ball. And I mean, that goal, I mean, people are comparing it to Kanu. I remember that goal, you know, where he doesn't even touch the ball and just does the keeper. But in that one, Odegaard sits Donnarumma down, sits Gvardiol down with that touch away. But he's done that. Anderson in the middle of the park. He's done Rico Lewis in the middle of the park. Rico Lewis, sorry. A really good performance from him. And Arsenal utterly dominant. Zorlis, you know, the question coming in was, can he take pre-season against Premier League opposition? And he did that really well yesterday. Obviously, it's one game, lots to come, but lots and lots of positives. And I think it shows that Arsenal, when you have a defence that is passive, and we saw it at times last season, so Tottenham is the obvious examples, it shows that Arsenal can do it. I think the key will really come when we go back to facing low blocks. Can we play with that same freedom or not? Yes or no? I think, like Darkside, I think the concern was seeing Rice and Saka. Equally, we kind of need to get them some match fitness because they haven't had any pre-season, but I'd rather that was another couple of games down the road, but maybe he wants them against Tottenham or Chelsea. I don't know where they're at, but I don't want to see them start against Coventry at all. I think we need to ease them back in slowly for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Josh, what about you, bro?
Yeah, man. I thought the boys summed it up pretty well. To be fair, I was absolutely buzzing with that. Now I know it's people will call it, as you said earlier, this glorified friendly, you know, whatever it is. But I look at the occasion. It's, you know, as Dark said, it's the Prem champs up against the FA Cup champs. You know, it's a playing that you got to have actually won something. So, well, I mean, actually, if you finish second and the other team that does a double, then you get to play it. But either way, like.
Arteta's qualified in all 3 ways and won it in all 3 ways.
yeah. But I don't think it's like you know, this big like major trophy, obviously. But I also don't think it's just like one of these preseason friendlies. I think it's one of these ones where, you know, literally a week to go before the season, and it's good to get one over Man City, man. And we did it in style as well. From minute 1, you know, we was on it straight away. Obviously, we scored from the kickoff effectively. They didn't even touch the ball. And I'm seeing Ben White, I'm seeing Cala bomb forward straight away. And, you know, I love that tempo. I love that intensity. Where obviously in previous finals, we'd, you know, for example, like the Carabao Cup final, you know, it'd be a very sort of pragmatic approach. And then obviously in the PSG final, we went a goal up. But again, in the end, like, we didn't go for the kill enough, in my opinion. Well, compare that to this game. You know, we kept going and we went for the kill in the end and got that second, you know, first, second and third goal. And we could have had a lot more. We could have had a lot more because I think we bullied them all across the pitch. Defensively, Rare, when he had to, made some fantastic saves. The back 4, I thought, were rock solid, considering that we have no Saliba or you know, Timber. I thought Mosquera came in and did his job really well.
The intensity was back, wasn't it, Josh? We were talking about it before.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, exactly. You know, the midfielders, Dom said, you know, that's where the areas won, and you got their big money pound signing. I know it's only one game, but Elliot Anderson, and I know he's not played a pre-season, but yeah, we bossed them. You know, Lewis Skelly in the midfield. I mean, we all knew it though. Like, we all knew as a midfielder, you know, we was crying out to see him when he first burst onto the scene. When he played in the youth academy, this is his position, and he's thriving there. You know, I'm fully confident of starting him. You know, we know how Declan Rice is so important to the team, but I wouldn't mind seeing Bruno G and you know, Lewis Skelly start in that Coventry game together, because I thought Bruno G does the ugly work as well. Like, that's what I noticed a lot. You know, he gets stuck in. He always tracks back. You know, always sweeps things up, and it don't look pretty at times, but he just, as I said, as we said before, he's a bit of a shithouse, and that's what we want in the team. You know, so. And then, yeah, that pass, Lewis Skelly, just unbelievable. And a great run from Cala as well, man. A fantastic run, you know, from Cala in that first goal. And then, yeah, Odegaard, man, I know you'll please ask us about him separately a bit later on, but for me, as Dom said, it's you know, it's got to be that consistency now. You know, but that is what I call a proper captain performance. You know, that is what I call a performance that where he led by example. That's what we've been crying out for him to do, is grab these games by, you know, scruffle and necks, lead by that example. You know, lead by that example that we know you've done 2-3 seasons ago. I mean, that's the first I'm seeing Odegaard perform. I mean, he had glimpses last season. You know, the West Ham game, the Olympiacos. They're the ones that sprint to mind.
Yeah, World Cup.
Brentford as well.
Yeah, like a handful of games there, but it wasn't as consistent as when we first signed him, or in the like that 22-23 season, you know. But that performance, it was like he's a completely different version, you know, a completely different guy. And again, people could say, is it because the injuries affected him, you know, a few years ago? Potentially. Is it because maybe the shuffle of the midfield, maybe having Bruno a different type of midfield? I noticed him a lot more advanced in this game, and maybe the game is more open, and that's what Dom said. The low block will be a great point to find out what happens, how we will deal with it when we're up against Coventry, because we know that's what they're going to do. But the game was a lot more open, so there's a lot more space. I get that, but I didn't really see him like always drop so deep and getting the ball off the back four. You know, it's more of like Lewis Skelly, Bruno, or Bruno G doing that job, and then that allowed him to have a lot more freedom, I think, you know, in the final third. So really impressed with him, and that third goal as well. I mean, he sat down Donnarumma, man, who's one of the best goalkeepers, has gave us nightmares. You know, let's not forget about PSG in the Champions League. The saves he pulled off a few times last season against us. You know, he's the top goalkeeper, but he got sat down, man. He got absolutely sent, and it was brilliant play from that Zolis as well. I know you guys mentioned it earlier, but he does his thing. You know, he does his thing, and I still think we need to go out there and get left winner, but he's had a really sharp pre-season, right? And he don't overcomplicate things on that win. You know, he's set piece in terms of like his crossing abilities. He puts on a plate every single time, and he just does the basic thing really well for a winner. And I think he can really have a good standout season with us next season. But yeah, man, overall, very, very happy. Great way. It gives us a confidence now, don't it? Like going into this new season compared to a few weeks ago in pre-season, after Betis, after not Girona, after Dortmund, Como, you know, where everyone had their concerns about conceding too many goals and the attack, and their concerns may still be there. But what this does do is it gives us a big momentum boost, I think, and ultimately getting one over Man City is brilliant as well.
Lays down that marker, doesn't it, against Man City, who are under new management, and you know the pressure that comes with that. You know.
And you know what, as well, for me as well, two important things. Arteta beating Pep to the title before he left the Premier League, and us getting our first win over Man City. Because not beating Man City last season, even though we won the title, it pissed me off, man. Like I remember after leaving that watch party to watch the Carabao Cup final in Central London in Cannon Street, and I sat in my car and cried like a little bitch. I need some get back. This needs to be get back season, man. This needs to be get back season. I want Arteta to spin around like a fucking Beyblade on Enzo Maresca's bald Spanish head, fam. Honestly, honestly, Man City, I hate them so much, bro. I hate them so much.
Yeah.
I hear it. XB, what are you saying, my brother? You good?
I'm good, man. I joined the party late, but I'm here now.
Everyone did, to be fair, so
yeah.
you need to worry about it.
But yeah, but I'm buzzing off that result yesterday, though. I'm sure you lot have covered everything. But one of the main things I want to point out is I heard Dom say it as well, like the intensity that the players were playing with, especially going forward. When I was watching like the previous games, like your Como, Dortmund, was it Betis, and maybe there's one more. I saw a few changes where, especially since Odegaard's got back, players were looking to push the ball a bit more, play the ball forward a bit more. Although it left us open at the back and we were conceding goals, but I think that was due to like the lack of intensity in the press and stuff like that. And those games are more like just build your fitness, get some minutes under your belt. But yeah, yesterday to perform.
Just on that, sorry,
go on.
Do you also think pre-season? Because I was talking about this with Josh. Like my view is that without a natural six and without that natural double pivot that we've been playing with, we lacked a little bit of balance to protect both the defense, but also to sort of lead that press. Do you think that sort of affected pre-season, where that we return to what we know better? That's what led to that, or do you think it was just on that fitness stuff in pre-season, and therefore Arteta asked them to play within themselves, and then
I think it was. Well, I may be just saying that because I can't really give an answer to as why the performances weren't as solid prior to yesterday's game. But what I did see with that double pivot of Miles Lewis-Skelly and Bruno Guimaraes, I think Miles was playing as a 6 yesterday. I might be wrong. He was playing as a 6 and Bruno was left.
But but in a double pivot rather than the single.
Yeah, it was more solid. So I think with that 6 holding that Miles was playing, the press was just a bit more coordinated, and especially in midfield against Elliot Anderson and who was it, Kovacic?
Kovacic.
But to be fair, even if they had Rodri in there, I still think the result might have wouldn't have been too differently. Been too different, man. I put it down to the way we set up and the way we were just on it from minute one. I also look at Manchester City's tactics as well. I don't know if it was, I don't know if it's Enzo Maresca trying to implement his own sort of style, but they were playing a bit of like a counter-attacking style of play. Or that might be just the fact that we nullified them to a point where they didn't have much ideas left. But you just see Foden like picking up from deep and just trying to like run like at our back line. And I don't know if it was more tactical from them guys or it was just that we nullified them. But I'm waffling a bit, but it's good to lay the marker down and beat Manchester City the way we did. And to be fair, before that game, there was all the talk of us being we are the favourites in my opinion, but Manchester City being the closest title challengers. After seeing that performance and the way we dismantled them, to be fair, I'm not sure they're gonna have the season that everyone thinks they're gonna have, man. And yeah, with Rodri going, who knows what happens over there, man. So yeah.
I don't know if you guys mentioned, you might have mentioned it, but I thought the mad thing was the lineups. Like they had the only player really missing for them was Guehi, who's on the bench, and I get that means almost saying earlier in the preview.
Cherky maybe.
So who?
Cherky maybe.
Oh, Cherky, Cherky, Cherky.
But it's not like they brought in a poor replacement in Foden. I know he had a poor season last season, but he was Premier League Player of the Year before.
Oh, wait, sorry, Dom, I have to cut in there. Because I remember the last time I went in the rant with some glasses on, I said that Philip Joseph Foden has gone 30 appearances without a goal. It's now 31. It's now 31. Oh, that you fucking prick.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, he's not, he's obviously, Cherky played way better than him last season, but it's good to see them not doing it. But, but as we said earlier, Josh, we had players that had barely played minutes either.
Exactly. And, we had Rice, Saka, Saliba. Yeah, so obviously the injuries of Saliba and Timber, compared to their team, like I'm surprised that he threw in Haaland straight away and Elliot Anderson, who hasn't played, Doku played as well, who's not had a pre-season, but that's still one of their strongest teams, minus a few players, and the fact that we had a different side now compared to some of our regular guys not even in the team, and we perform like that. Brilliant, man.
Just a second, I think that's what instills a bit more confidence as well. Like when I looked at the lineups, I was like, I wasn't really scared because I saw the midfield, but for us to pull off a performance like that with, I would say the team we put out, but our second string team are more than good enough to, from what I've seen anyway, to do bits, man. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the season, man. Bring on Coventry.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, we got Seb back on the channel.
Yes,
are you doing really good?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't think I've spoken to you much about, since the Arsenal league title win, and I've not really, got your thoughts on obviously the game yesterday and pretty much the entirety of pre-season as well. But obviously, we're just touching on the Manchester City game, and just give us your general thoughts on, the game overall and how your confidence levels going into that Coventry game on Friday.
Yeah, I thought yesterday was really good, and it was kind of a confidence boost that we needed, especially after the poor pre-season that we've had. We really needed a result like that to actually go into the season with renewed belief and hope that we can retain this title. Because I'll be honest, the summer hasn't been the best, apart from the signing of Bruno G. Hasn't been the best, but to be fair, the squad is still very strong, and with all the uncertainties around the other clubs, if we don't go back to back, I think it's shame on us, because the opportunity is really there for us to do it. It's a golden opportunity, and we don't know what's going on. And yes, of course, with the other teams, it could work with a new manager. But overall, after that, yeah, I'm feeling confident. But I do actually believe Coventry will give us a harder game, because they'll be coming with a low block, and they're newly promoted, and plus it's it's a proper competitive match. Well, yesterday was more still of a glorified friendly, because
English Super Cup.
yeah, it's changed that to that. But I don't really class the Community Shield as a great trophy. Of course, I'd rather win it than not. But I've always said the most important game is your first game against Coventry.
Wait, Seb, can I ask? Because I think you're no list. Does it count to the actual major trophies when they count the big clubs? You know how we're the third in England, doesn't it count?
Yeah, well, some people do seem to count it, some people don't. I personally don't, but some people do.
I think Pep said he won it, didn't he?
Yeah, that's when that was when he was rattled. He was rattled.
Yeah,
he was rattled.
And the thing is, I don't. And the thing is, I never really class it as a major trophy, but I think what I wanted to see was mainly a performance and the result, which I got, and I was happy with. And looking at that City side, I know, but if I had everyone really apart from Mark Gay, he didn't play. And looking at that, especially now they've lost Rodri. I think they've got problems, because Rodri, I reckon, is the heartbeat of that team, and I don't think they'll be the same, because replacing him is going to be extremely difficult. I know they're looking at Buwati and Elliot Anderson, so overrated, nowhere near that price tag. He's nowhere near.
I don't think I've seen a Manchester City midfield look that bad in nearly 10 years, to be honest with you.
No, me neither. It is a abject midfield, but the reason why I probably do still think they'll be up there is because of Haaland, and they do still have quite the core of the squad, most of the same. But yeah, Rodri's gone, Bernardo's gone, Pep's gone, but we should still have enough to beat them. But if we do not sign another attacker, particularly left wing, I'm going to be very disappointed. Because
I think to Seb's point though on City, it is a really good one, because yesterday was still early on. It is a competitive game in my view, but it's not a major trophy. It is a trophy, but it's not a major one. But we again, just to go back to the point, and the same for us. You've got a lot of players still getting that pre-season fitness up. City are not going to be that bad through the season, but I think it did show the work that they have got to do. And I think when you are rebuilding an entire central midfield like that, and from such a really good, strong central midfield that they had last year of Silva, Rodri, and Shirky, even if you get Buwadi, Elliot Anderson, and Shirky in there, that is a far less experienced midfield, particularly in the Premier League. That's going to take some time to get those connections ready.
Yes, I completely agree. And plus, Pep's been there for over a decade now, so the next Maresca has to come in and Maresca actually has to come in and actually rearrange the furniture. To do that when you've had someone for that long is not easy at all. It does take time, and it also depends on the state of your squad. And to be fair, the state of City squads was still relatively strong, but now they've lost Bernardo Silva and Rodri in particular. What's that noise? Who's making?
It's my laptop. Don't worry.
It's mine, because I've just spent a while trying to sort things out, and especially my
it's my laptop. Don't worry.
Especially my Sky Go and Discord, because it stopped working.
It's not working properly, man.
I spent an hour before trying to sort it out, so I keep thinking it's mine. But
it's mine. It's mine. Don't worry. Honestly, it's frustrating me as well. Yeah. I've tried restarting it. It's still not working. By the way, these flipping viruses are just doing my head in.
Back to this.
But carry on.
But back to this, because thinking of the words that Josh Kroenke and Mikel Arteta said, saying we want to take that up to the next level. We will not stand still. Okay, we have to hold them to this now, because now we've got over the line. Now it's about building on from this, and I have got full renewed faith in both the manager and the board, and for delivering that title. But they had to deliver that title for me to do that, which they have done. But I can't pretend to say I've been very disappointed with the transfer window I have, because now we've missing out on Morgan Rogers. I didn't think was acceptable. Missing out on Vinny, fair enough. It can happen, but I do think the club should have tried a little bit harder for Vinny. I might say put in like a proper bid. I didn't think the right plan was to wait for him to see if he signs a new contract or not.
Sorry, Seb, I need to interrupt you, because I've got a bit of a controversial opinion about that. I don't think the club did shit, bro, because agree in personal terms is like, I've used this example so many times. It's like when I was 19 and I didn't want to do any work at Tesco's and I was shuffling the crisp around looking like I was busy. Bro, agree in personal terms doesn't mean nothing. If Arsenal said to Real Madrid, 150 million freaking quid, what you saying? Rock Nation, what you saying? What's his name? Perez, whatever it is.
Yeah, Perez.
Yeah, what you saying? Agree in personal terms don't mean nothing. I'm exploring, keen admirers of.
Yeah, but that's all we ever say. But try. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Actually put down the offer like 130, 140, 100 like that, lot. And then
because I'm not being funny.
And then let them turn. Then you can at least say,
if Vinny's in this team, domestic treble, bro. I'd be doing live watch-alongs with my fucking ball bags out, bro, because I know I'm gonna win. No way we're losing.
And I don't think he ever wanted Arsenal, to be honest. I think this whole time he wanted to stay at Real Madrid.
Yes, I agree that.
To be fair,
but actually put down the money.
I agree.
A serious bid, then see, because I honestly think if they had done that, they could have accepted it. And with Morgan Rogers, that annoyed me because I wanted.
Same here.
I wanted him. And then you're getting Chelsea fans and then bantering us over that. But when it's just like, but what could the club do? And because this has actually been a problem. This has been a problem before as well. This isn't something new because it happened, and even happened with Monga at the start of the window. Even though I was less annoyed about that because I didn't know who he was until we were linked with him six weeks before we missed out on him. So I said with that one, I'll let it go. But if it happens with other targets, I will be annoyed. And Rodgers did annoy me, and the thing is now I can see why Arteta's probably upset about that because he's like, well, if I miss out on Vinny as well, I'm screwed. Because
so what do you think the alternative now?
Now, let's be honest, there ain't many out there. And yes, I probably would take Barcola, but is he really much of an upgrade on what?
I think he's crap.
Is he really much of an upgrade on what we got with Martinelli? No, is he really?
Light-skinned Madueke, bro.
Exactly. Really that person.
140 million as well, something ridiculous like that. Not worth it.
You can't spend that much on Barcola.
I'll be looking at Yildiz personally. I think he's probably the best.
But again, with that, is he really ready for that step up? How much?
But Seb, but Kvaratskhelia and Napoli was look at the step up that he's made at PSG now. That's what he needed, that big club.
Yeah, that. But the thing is, we could have got him because I would have taken him at Napoli.
Yeah, we could have.
I would have taken him at Napoli, and he was a lot more experienced at the time then. Yildiz is now way more.
This by the way, guys. Yeah, we've spent over 115 million on, I think it's 110 or 110 million on Havertz and Madueke. For that same amount of money, we could have Semenyo and Kvaratskhelia, bro. I
don't rate Semenyo that high.
I know you damn Semenyo hater, man.
I like
bro.
Christian, man.
I'm telling you, like, where would he play? What, on the left wing, right
wing?
wing?
Not on the left wing.
He can play both.
I prefer him on the right.
Yeah, when I watch him, he doesn't. Has he impressed you for Man City, bro?
Forget about Man City.
Yeah,
it was a spell.
Yeah, I think he's better than Doku and any other winger there. So
I agree.
Yeah,
I would have taken it in January. He was available, weren't he?
Yeah.
I would have done January personally.
I don't think January was an option because we'd spent our money. But what you could have done in the summer would have been you could have said, "Look, Arsenal wanted a backup to Saka, but I don't think that interests Semenyo. He wants to go to start." But what you could have done is say,
Semenyo, doesn't he play on the left or the right?
Well, this is what I was going to say. What you could have done is say, "You're going to be my starting left winger, Martinelli, who is right-footed." Is going to be your backup to Saka on the right. That's what you could have done. in the summer. But in January, it wasn't an option because we spent the Eza money when Havertz got injured. That left us with no spending room at all unless it was a departure in January.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, the thing is, why haven't we got rid of players yet? I just don't.
I was going to ask that question.
Because the thing is, most of these players that we're trying to get rid of were not at the World Cup. So there should have been at least some sales by now. I'm like,
It's not because of the wages, though.
why do we always have to leave sales to the very last minute? And then what we end up doing is either loaning them out or letting them go to less for nothing. I remember Lokonga, remember Kira Gibbs, remember.
Remember that as well.
This is not good enough.
I think there's a really easy answer.
We rejected 10 million, was it? And then we sold him for 7. Something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, we did.
You can just you just know the same thing's going to happen to this. Like Reece Nelson, now only 3 million.
3 million.
I'm like, come on. Because Chelsea are selling players when they haven't even played for them for these 20, 30 million.
Have you seen how much Chelsea are valuing Pedro Neto?
100 million. It's
160 million.
We won't go for that. And to be fair with him,
that wouldn't surprise me.
I still rate him as a top player.
Wait, so when we were linked with him, you would have taken him? You know, a few days ago, we was linked with him.
Well,
nah, not at left wing. You can't go from Vinny to Pedro Neto.
Let's be honest. Whoever we sign now in that left wing is going to be a huge downgrade to.
For me,
it's going to be a huge downgrade. Barcelona is a massive downgrade. Yildiz is a massive downgrade.
Well, everyone.
I think Yildiz is a baller, you know.
Yeah,
Yildiz is an upgrade, man.
He disappointed at the World Cup. He did flop at the World Cup, but I'm still Yildiz.
Yeah, but you can't judge people just based on the World Cup. And that's the only reason I'm doubting Yildiz. And don't get me wrong, I take him. I don't think he's ready for this next move because I think he needs to prove himself a little bit more before we can get. Like, I need to see more of him. I was a bit like that with Gyökeres. I didn't just want him just because of one good year. I want to see a little bit more before I'm fully convinced that they're ready to take this next level. Because now who we sign has to hit the ground running and take us to that next level. Because now we want the title. I want to go back to back. I want to go back to back.
I think Yildiz improves us on that left wing. Obviously, he's not the Vinicius Junior level, but just on the sales, I think it was a really easy answer to why we haven't got the sales. Right? If you look at those 3 players, Vieira, Nelson, and Jesus, I think it's really easy as to why we haven't sold them, which is you have to have a buyer, but Arsenal are in a position here where they're on good wages, particularly Jesus, and Arsenal are in a catch-22. Do you take a low offer, like Hamburg were offering, I think, originally 12 million for Vieira?
No.
And if you continue to do that, you end up in a position where you end up with this horrible cycle we've been in recent years where we are poor sellers and you get done. And I think the reason teams are leaving it late in the window is 2 reasons. One, most teams seem to be leaving it late in the window. I think almost every team has a lot of work to do in the Premier League. This window, I think we're going to see really active last 2 weeks of the window. But secondly, if you're buying from Arsenal and you know those 3 players, Arsenal don't want them, you can wait to the end of the window when Arsenal get desperate to low ball them in. And that's why teams are doing it. It is a very good buying tactic to do it. And that's why we're not seeing them go.
I was just going to ask regarding, you know, in terms of selling players, right? Obviously, Martinelli and Waneri weren't in the squad at the weekend. What do you guys think is going to happen with Waneri and Martinelli?
Do you mind if I tackle this one first?
Go on then.
Black Wilshere is gone, bro. Black Wilshere is gone.
Do you think he's going out on loan, or do you think he's going permanent?
Here's the knock-on effect, yeah. Because we bought dark-skinned Bandoke, aka Maduki, aka Madueke, that blocked Waneri, yeah. Even though he likes to play in the interior, he could have done a really good job on the wing. 11 goals, yeah, was the light-skinned Saka replacement. But now we're in a situation where we've tripled Madueke's wages, so who the hell's going to buy him? We always do this. Yeah, so now that Madueke's wages have tripled from 50 bags a week to 150, now we can't even sell him, and he's dead. What, 2 Premier League goals last season? Dead food, bro. I'd much
rather get rid of him than Waneri and Martinelli.
Exactly. If you said to me right now, sell Madueke and keep Waneri as the backup, I'm taking out all day long.
I don't rate or like Madueke.
Yeah.
I don't like.
But
what about Martinelli, guys? Like, what do you think's going to happen with him?
I think Martinelli's gone, bro. Because at this point,
I just find it strange because
you can't go without a replacement. It has to be.
I just can't get my head around it because, like, the other day, like, he rejected the proposal to a Galatasaray.
So did Arsenal as well, by the way. Rory, just on that one, so did Arsenal. They rejected the bid, partly because it was low, but also partly, and I think this was the telling bit, was they rejected the proposal because they said the timing of the offer wasn't right, which suggests that they do not want to sell Martinelli without a replacement coming in. And I think that is, to Seb's point, absolutely crucial. But you get someone in, you can't release Martinelli without that replacement in on that left-hand side.
Is it just me, or did Dom just sound like C3PO for a second on my screen? Like, what the hell
it's
is
you, bro. I think it's you because
It's you, bro.
everybody's. Oh, Jesus
you're
Christ.
better now. But you sound like a robot.
Yeah, you had a second of sounding. Yeah.
Do I sound like a robot?
Nah, you're good now. You're good now. It was just earlier.
I can still hear you guys. It's just I don't know why you lot sound fuzzy all of a sudden. To be fair,
I've not. Have you been drinking?
no, trust me, mate. All of you sound like robots for some reason. But I can still hear you lot.
It's an AI-generated podcast.
It's
not
AI.
real.
And yeah, I think bro personally, I think Ranieri and Martinelli and hopefully Jesus to Napoli by the end of this window. And I think this is where we made the biggest mistake in this transfer window. When we didn't get Vinny, we should have immediately got Mika Götze, bro. I don't know why we didn't get him. That guy is a freaking demon. That guy is a demon, man. For me, that would have been, if you said to me, you can't get a striker, but you could get a techie winger that's going to send players to the shops.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gone to PSG to make their attack even better.
That's what I wanted.
Free Pete coming. Free Pete is loading for PSG, bro. Free Pete is coming, bro.
I hope not.
They're the favourites of the Champions League without question right now, particularly given the weakness of the French league allows them to rest players, and the French league goes, "Oh, you need a postponement? No problem." I think they really are the favourites there because, as I say, those two factors combined, I think, really help.
I think there and maybe Barca now because they got Rodri, didn't they?
Oh yeah, that will help them. That will help them. Yeah,
that's who they need. That was the missing piece.
Yeah, but that will help them in that transition with that high line they play. Rodri will be quite crucial there.
But I'm going to ask you, what would you rather, win the Champions League or go back to back with the Prem?
I was going to ask that as well.
Me, I'm saying back to back with the Prem.
We never done it before, have we?
If you had to choose one,
I'm saying back to back. I think that's more important first.
For me,
if you had to choose one,
back. I've always prioritised the Prem over the Champions League.
Nah, champs. It's got to be the champs.
The champs,
Listen,
man. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I told my mum, you're not getting a grandchild who will get a star above the effing badge.
I do honestly think we'll win the Champions League within the next few years. I do.
Yeah.
But going back to back is something we've never done, and now.
Yeah.
Only in the Premier League season, we've done a three-peat, man. We've done a three-peat, but because these
back in the 1930s under Herbert Chapman, yes.
1935 was the last time we went.
Yeah, we won it 3 years on the trot. 3 years on the trot. 3 years.
Yeah. Three-peat for the three
3 years.
And let's be honest, if they didn't change the name from the top division to the Premier League, or if they made the whole thing the Premier League, this wouldn't even be a discussion. It's so asinine, bro. It's because this argument is so asinine.
That's because teams back in '92 broke away to form the Premier League.
Yeah.
Remember that? What's that buzzing noise?
it's me. Like you are sounding like flipping.
Me because of all the things I've done before I got on.
It's me though. Don't worry. I don't think it's you.
Yeah, Posh is right, man.
I don't know why you lot are suddenly sounded like blooming robots.
I'm sick of hearing champions.
If I refresh it, then you lot come off the screen and I'm going to have to add you back again.
I kind of do think, unless one team really comes and hits the ground running, which I don't see who will, shame on us if we do not go back to back. Because
is it if you had to choose one, by the way?
Back to back. Look at this opportunity. We've got to take it.
Star above the badge, bro.
The star, man.
I think you'll be quite humiliating.
It's got to be the star, man. It's got to be the star.
I think you'll be quite humiliating if we won't go that far. I think you'll.
Okay. Let's make it a bit sweeter. Champions League and FA Cup, or going back to back.
Champions League, FA Cup.
I didn't need the FA Cup to decide on the Champions League.
Yeah, go on then. I'll say your second option. Yeah, go on then. Champions League, FA Cup.
I mean, for me, I've always, like said, prioritised the Premier League over the Champions League. But having won it now to 22 years, it's got to be the Champions League just because we haven't done it. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we get one of them, I'm not complaining. I do think though that the squad isn't quite strong enough to win the Champions League without a couple of additions right now. But I do think it can win the Premier League. But I do think we're going to see some stiff competition from a couple of our London rivals this season with no Europe.
Yeah, I think
They're not going to win the league. But they are.
Chelsea, I think, will be back. Will be up there.
Chelsea will compete for the league. Tottenham will get Europe this season.
Yes, I agree. I agree with that.
I think it was Chelsea because they signed Welbeck, didn't they?
Yeah. I
They
think
signed Welbeck and they signed
Henderson
as well, right? And I think that's it. No, you can laugh, but that's their first time they signed a player. Is it over 26 or something?
You don't want Jordan Henderson.
No, I think from a Chelsea perspective, they are quite smart signings, not to play, but to bring some experience to that squad. That squad is incredible.
Welbeck, I can understand, but not.
Welbeck still scored goals last season. Did he not?
Scores goals.
Welbeck, I can understand, but not Jordan Henderson, especially when we're signing Bruno Guimaraes and Man United. Man United are signing Tidemans.
But they're not.
Who else? Tottenham are signing Tonali.
They're not being signed to play.
They're the signings you need to push you up.
I don't think they're signing them to play though. They're signing them for that experience in the back. Similar to Jorginho.
Yeah. No.
I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see him play at all in the league.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the way to do it. You're having like that kind of head. I don't think that does.
But they've signed all young players the last 5 years, and look where he's got them.
Yeah, well, you need to be signing. Yeah, but you need to be signing top, proper, proven like Tidemans. That would have been more of a sensible signing. So would Bruno, at proper age, and that lot. Those are cool. Those I say.
I hear that.
Where he gone? Is it because
he'll come back because he
He's kicked us all out.
I had to refresh it.
Yeah, the thing is, I keep thinking this is I honestly do. It's so confusing.
We're still doing it, man.
But yeah, just on back on that, I think those are the type of players. You need to be signing players that can still contribute towards you massively right now, not players who don't usually play or don't usually.
I think they can get away with it this season because they got no Europe, so they don't need to play at all. I think if you got Europe, then obviously I think you want better quality than that. But I wouldn't be shocked if Jordan Henderson plays under 200 minutes in the league this season.
Because honestly, what is the point in signing players that are just not going to play? You need players that will help you, like a squad.
They don't need it this season because they're going to play. They could play as few as 40 games this season.
This is why I wasn't happy with El Nene in the team because he never offered you anything. And when we renewed Jorginho's contract, I didn't like that. Christian Norgard, I kind of understood, but then I kind of understood that one a little bit because he's Brentford's captain. He was still contributing and playing at the time. I just think the manager made a mistake not playing him enough because had you done that, then you could have given Rice or Zubamendi that extra rest that they needed so they wouldn't be burnt out by now. And this is another thing Mikel Arteta's got to get better at because I still don't think he's learning. He's got to manage his players properly. Why was Rice playing yesterday? Exactly. Why was Saka playing yesterday? They don't need to come back now. They should have waited until at least the Chelsea game. I don't want them coming back because if they go down injured again and then get out for a while, it's the manager's fault. This is why we've got Bruno. And you can get away without Saka for Coventry. And I also think you can do it with Villa because this Villa team is depleted. Rodgers has gone. Konsa might be going. Tielemans gone.
Everyone
might be going. It's depleted. They're not going to be ready. I expect us to beat them when we play them.
But they look good in the Super Cup, to be fair.
Sorry?
They look good in the Super Cup final.
Yeah, but again, you can't judge your season based on that either. You can't.
Tottenham looked good in the Super Cup last year.
Paris come in way undercooked.
Exactly. You can't judge your season based on the Super Cup or Community Shield.
Yeah, but come on, man. We're going Villa Park under lights, bro, on a Monday night. That's difficult.
But you need it. We've got a squad now. Yes, there is still improvements needed, especially in that attack and that left wing. But Rice and Saka went into that World Cup. All that World Cup were not fully fit. They did not need to come on. Zubamendi should have been given more minutes. Him, yes, because he only played.
He didn't come off the bench, did he? Did he come off the bench in the Shield or not?
It's the final. Yeah, he did, but he should have come on earlier instead of Rice. Rice should not have played. Neither should Saka. And it doesn't matter if they really want to play. At the end of the day, your body, your fitness is what's important. And I do not want them to be crocking down with injuries. With injuries go now, because I'm telling you, it will all come back to this World Cup and all this. And don't forget, they went all the way. They went all the way to the end, including that playoff, which Rice and Saka played the full match. Remember, of a pointless game, especially a pointless game. So
I think the approach to bringing him in is the right one, off the bench slowly, but I wouldn't have done it this early. I'd have done it in a couple of weeks, personally. And I think the big thing he needs to learn from last season is rotation in the middle of the park. His rotation elsewhere in the squad was much better. Now he's got a squad, but in the middle of the park, Christian Odegaard, and we all agreed with it earlier, definitely should have played more to give Rice and Zubimendi minutes. It's why Zubimendi's form fell off towards the end. Exactly. But I think with Bruno in now, we will see that rotation more in.
Definitely, because now you've got a proper top quality midfielder, which I'm very happy about.
And can I just say something?
And Miles,
you got Zubimendi, and Miles Lewis-Skelly. You've got plenty of options there. Then you can play Eze and Odegaard in front. The options are there. That's not the area of a weakness. It's on that left wing. And maybe another right back, because of if Timber and Saliba's not going to be fit for a while. Timber's not going to be back. Those are the areas you need to focus on and give these players. Don't burn them out, because if we burn them out this year, we might not get away with it as much as we did last term. He's got to manage his players properly, which is something he is still not doing. He's got to be better at that, because that's also what makes you a good manager. Yes, you've got over the line, do it again, manage his players properly, and coach them better.
Do you think last season was better though from him on that? Because I think it was significantly better, bar that central midfield area.
You didn't with Rice.
That's what I said. Bar the central midfield area, that being the exception.
I would say no, bro.
Probably not really, and because probably not. No,
we actually rotated more than any other team bar Chelsea last season.
We did still get so many injuries, many. You shouldn't be having this many if you're actually rotating your team better. Remember Liverpool when they won the league. They coached their players properly, they rotated their squad properly, and they walked that league. And a squad that isn't that much, that wasn't that much.
My bad.
They coached that team properly. That wasn't better than us. It was Salah and all that was doing it. But
Liverpool actually rotated less than us in the season they won it than when we won it last season.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
You know what, Dom? The only reason why I disagree, not so much the frequency of, I agree with what you said, like the frequency and stuff, but realistically, when we was like rotating, it's like if Martinelli comes off for Trossard, there. If Joker comes on for Havertz, there. If Saka comes off for Madueke, it's there. But if Rice comes off, it's like if Saliba comes off, if Gabriel comes off, then it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I'm not saying
by the centre of the park. I agree with you. That central area he didn't, but the other areas he did rotate much more. But what he does need to do, and and I said it all last season, is he has to rotate in that central area much more. Centre backs don't tend to get rotated quite so much, because that partnership. Like I don't think Van Dijk missed a single minute in the league for Liverpool last season.
No, he didn't. Wow, no, he didn't. But
and I don't think Konate did when he was fit.
But he was their captain. He was their captain, though. So maybe you can kind of.
But I mean, centre halves generally you try and keep those pairings together as much as possible. But I do agree that what Arsenal need to do this season is get that left side, or at least another attacker in, and that right back. I think that's going to be crucial. But as I say, I expect a busy couple of weeks from teams across the league and across Europe, because there's a lot of teams with a lot of work to do still.
Yeah, but the thing is, we've now only got a couple of weeks left, and
so is everyone else. Though,
get these deals done. It's just going to be. Because I always never like the idea of getting your main business done after the season started.
Likewise.
The thing is, and this is why I was complaining to you earlier, Dom, about the lack of signs early, because what you need... Where's he?
Oh my God.
And this is why I was complaining to you earlier, Dom, the lack of signings early in the window. And I've said it, because what you need, your core squad needs to be ready. So you go into the season prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ideally that's what you want to do. But again, if you look across on international windows, a lot of the business gets done late, not just by Arsenal, but across it. If you look at the women's teams last year, they did business late. Men's teams did it late the year before, and this year, of course, you want to get it done early, absolutely. But I always judge a window at the end of it, and ideally you want the business done early. I've never disagreed with that, but I think there has to be an element of like in mid-July, I'm not panicking about it. What I said was you start panicking about it when you don't have those deals done as the players start to come back from the World Cup, which is why, I then said in the last couple of weeks, Arsenal need to get this business done now because we are in those last couple of weeks.
100%.
But I don't panic about it in July.
The thing is, I do, especially when I see other teams get things done early because it risks you of leaving you behind, and that's what I don't want, and that's what I was panicking about. It's like, is everyone else just about to catch us up? And
not really.
Only Spurs have really done it.
Yeah, that's because they've needed to. But to be fair, I don't understand where they got all that money from. That's what.
Yeah. And also, like,
where have they got all that money from?
Spurs' money is really, really easy. Spurs have obviously spent big on the transfer window, but they have underspent massively on wages for years. Obviously, the new revenue from the stadium is big. They had Champions League money again. So their ability to spend that, they also on squad cost ratio had 90% this year because they're not in Europe. So their ability to spend is quite easy this year. But they've had to go and overspend for players because it's the only way to attract them. It's the only thing you can do.
You have to, and I was actually disappointed they got Tonali, but after we got Bruno's, I was like, oh well, that's a better signing. So
I never wanted Tonali ever.
So I was fine with that, and maybe with Tonali, he is probably too similar to Rice. Maybe.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want it. I didn't like that.
With Bruno, he can actually do a lot more, and he's actually, and I've always said he's a better player. He's a better player, and the thing is, the reason also why you've got to get your deals done, and when you get your targets, when you reach with your targets, you got to pay and get them, because obviously you risk hijacks. Chelsea came in for Rodgers, came in. He was gone. It's happened with other players. Gone. And I honestly think we were lucky we had a free ride with Rice back at the time and with Bruno back.
We didn't have a free ride with Rice, did we?
No. Well, we were lucky Man City weren't serious. Because if they were, we could have lost him. And I think Bruno, thankfully, we got him in time, because hadn't we done, if we still not got him over the line now, I was so fearful that Man City.
Might
I'm so fearful that Man City, now Rodri's gone, because they've always shown a big interest in him, would come in and get him. And that's what I didn't want. And this is why I was panicking, because of these hijacks. And I absolutely detest it.
Hijacks can happen at any time in a deal, right?
The thing is, this is why timing is... Yeah, but this is why timing is so crucial.
Sorry, let me cut in there. Are we the only... Because I don't really look at other teams' transfer deals and all that, but what I've noticed this season, we always seem to put out and publish that we've agreed personal terms with players and stuff like that. And lo and behold, a number of those players have been nicked this season. But is it a tactic that only Andrea Berta's doing, or is it something that other teams are doing? Because I only seem to see it happen with us.
You know what I think, by the way? You know what I think regarding that? I just think the way we negotiate is just a way of, you know what, we're just going to agree personal terms. So because we've agreed personal terms, we can then afford to drag our heels for literally the entire transfer window. It's exactly what we've done with Bruno. And it's exactly what we thought with Morgan Rogers until he got bloody snatched.
Yeah,
that's what
I would have paid for 117. I would have done it. Because
we're overpaying, man. We're the flipping champions. Man.
No.
Like, we're supposed to be the man, then. Like, what's going on with this?
First of all, for people saying you wouldn't pay 117, first of all, it isn't your money. I don't know where you got that from. Because I'm like, why? And secondly, he's one of the best in the league. But the thing is, you really need that player. He's a great player, but you really need him.
Yeah, but Seb, I would have paid him in the 10, man. I think he was going to come and play.
Yeah, it's not even.
He is one of the hottest, and I think he'll do well at Chelsea's. I hope he doesn't now, but he's one of the best, hottest young players up there. He's determined to go to greatness. I really do, and I honestly think at Arsenal he would have gone to the next level. He could have been a Rice. He could have been that.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Now we haven't got him, and now we haven't got Vinicius. Who do we get now? Because we all agree.
I was going to ask
that we market for these attacking players, especially on that left wing, which we're not strong.
I was going to ask the question, right? I was going to ask the question: who is saving the window for you guys?
Just really quickly before we answer that question,
Julian Alvarez.
I don't rate him, to be honest.
No, I do. I want him.
I don't rate him that highly anyway.
Julian Alvarez. I think if we get him, he's a team player as well.
Yeah,
Seb,
this is interesting. Seb, could I ask you a question? Would you swap him with Gyökeres?
Not with Gyökeres, I wouldn't. But if it's Havertz or Hayes,
I'll swap him with Havertz.
Havertz, I would. Not with Gyökeres, I would.
If Alvarez comes in, Havertz is the obvious one because of the profile is very similar. I think having Gyökeres gives you a different profile. But XP, on your earlier question, I think Arsenal, I think with Berta do agree personal terms with many players more than usual. But the normal way of doing business with it is you try and agree personal terms, you explore roughly what the value is. But ideally, you agree the personal terms first. You don't waste time on bids if a player isn't interested or you're not prepared to meet their wage demands. So all clubs do it, but I think Berta does it more because he does it with a variety of targets. It was reported last summer that a Newcastle player was convinced he was coming to Arsenal. I think it was Timo Livramento, but I don't know. The name's not been revealed. But that's who Newcastle seemed to suggest it is.
Yeah,
he was convinced he was coming, but didn't because he'd agreed terms with Hincapié, Mosquera, lots of other players, and he does it 4 or 5 per position.
I understand it. It's just who puts it out to the journalists, though. Like, why are all every player that we're interested in, or every player that we agree personal terms?
And the thing is, I get tired. Of Ornstein and all these journalists having to explain what went on. Why can't the club come out and do it? And actually, why does it have to always come from him? And
no, Ornstein doesn't tend to do that.
I don't like. And all these explanations of Rodgers and that lot. I didn't like.
More or less,
it made me worried. It got me worried.
Isn't that Romano rather than Ornstein?
No, Ornstein was the one that came
what
out.
He said about Rodgers, didn't he say about?
Yeah, he did.
And Vinicius.
I didn't like that. At the hand of Arsenal as well.
Hand of Arsenal was a joke as well, man.
Oh yeah.
No. To be fair, I know people absolutely rinsed him. I don't think you can fully blame him.
Who, hand of Arsenal, Seb?
No, because he only gets given what he was told. And to be fair, he has got. It's Tom Canton. That guy, I'm telling you now, he was the one that leaked out that Lewis Skelly one. Now he's the one.
I think with all these journalists, they're reporting what they're told, which is what you get.
Yeah,
right?
but the club, and Lewis Skelly said we were shocked when that happened. We didn't know anything about it. So who could have leaked that information on him? I never rated Tom Canton.
Well, it comes from the Chelsea side, and I think XB, to answer your question, the reason this sort of comes out is because agents and players and opposition clubs, if you're selling a player, you want to say this player's agreed terms to try and get more into the market, which is why a hijack can happen at any point. Because, it's in your interest as the selling club, or sometimes even as the player being sold, to generate more of a market, because that rises the wages or the offer or the transfer value. That's where it comes from. Arsenal are notoriously very quiet during the transfer market. You listen to a lot of journalists who will say getting stuff out of Arsenal is an absolute freaking nightmare. And I don't mind that. I don't care that they're silent on that. But a lot of this comes from agents. It's why I'm always very careful with this sort of thing. But it's in the player's interest. If I've got one team interested in me, if I can get 2 or 3 interested in me, I'm going to get paid more. Yeah, and that's it. That's in my interest.
Yeah, I mean, who were the? Sorry, I know Seb mentioned Alvarez, but what are you guys saying for the rest of the transfer window? Who would you say rescues this?
Alvarez, and I want
Oshiman, bro. Get the Nigerian.
That boat has sailed.
It's just the wages, isn't it?
No,
who cares about the wages? We're paying Reece Nelson £100,000 a week. A man ain't touched pitch since 22, 23 balls.
But are we going to sell Reece though? Are we going to sell Fabio
to West Ham for 2-3 million? Listen, get Oshiman and go get.
Bro, that's lunch money. What are we doing here? 3 million.
It's because he can't stay fit and he's got 1
he
year
can't
left.
stay
The
fit.
alternative
I know,
is
it's
loan.
terrible.
That's 1 and 3/4 salary a month.
That's
his
terrible.
salary, bro.
I've mentioned that earlier. It's terrible.
Yeah,
business.
basically you get 15 million for Nelson, including wages saved and the transfer fee. But Nelson, the hope with Nelson was that he would develop out on loan and Arsenal would get a sort of decent fee for him.
Reece Nelson.
Well, yeah, he went out continuously on loan, didn't he? Went to Fulham, Brentford.
He went in Germany as well.
Yeah, I was going to say somewhere in Germany. And the hope was that he was going to play well there, generate a market, and Arsenal get big sales. That's why when he was going to leave on a free, they offered him the wages to keep him in the hope they would then sell him, because that's pure profit. It's not worked out with
This club
injuries.
is so dumb, bro. This club is so dumb. Remember they did that shit with Maitland-Niles when they were like, Wolves were like, 25 million. They were like, nah. Then they would let him go for free to flipping Leon.
Yeah.
This club is so stupid.
It was
man.
actually 18 million at the time, which he turned down. And Arsenal wanted
Still,
over 20. That was why.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense with what they tried to do with Nelson. It's not worked out. But what you can't do is then turn down, like with the Maitland-Niles example, 18 million for the sake of 2 million. The counter to that is, of course, you sell badly and you get a reputation. But I think 18 to 20 is not that bad. It's when you're like, we've got a 40 million pound player and accepting 15, 20. That's when you're really underselling the market.
Yeah, but this is why people don't take Arsenal seriously, because we are chicken food in this market, man. Like, I'm not being funny. Chelsea can, like, Man City can spawn some random kid from freaking Kaiser Chiefs. Put him in the Man City shirt. Let him play one appearance in the FA Cup. Yeah.
But look at what they got for Reinders, who abjectly failed last season.
Bro, look at what West Ham got for Somerville. 80 million freaking quid. And
what about some Martinelli for 40 million quid?
And then you got these Twitter dorks talking about Martinelli's worth 100. Let's get something right. Yeah. Number one, Martinelli is shit. Number two, Martinelli's in the last year of his.
That was my Wi-Fi, by the way.
Martinelli's hacked it, mate.
Number four,
we didn't hear the number 3 or the number 2, by the way.
It cut out, bro.
Number one, Martinelli's shit. Number two, Martinelli's in the last year of his deal. Number three, Martinelli has already reached his ceiling. Yeah, that's another thing. Even if you put him centre forward, he's already reached his ceiling. He can only operate with space in behind. And number four, and this is probably the most important one,
bro.
Martinelli is what's it called? Arsenal big clubs know, and small clubs know, and medium clubs know that Arsenal aren't good at selling players. And the thing is as well, it's like we never sell from a position of strength unless it's our best player and we need them. So like Alexis, Van Persie, whatever. We always sell it like everybody knows we don't want, most fans that aren't like sentimental pricks know that we don't want Martinelli anymore. Most fans know we don't want Madueke. Most fans know we don't. Everybody knows we don't want Jesus. Like, it's just embarrassing. And to be honest, if Odegaard if that prick didn't scum me a good World Cup and have a good Community Shield, I want that flipping Beyblade gone as well.
What Beyblade? Oh, Odegaard.
Yeah.
I mean, back onto the point about Martinelli. Like, are we still doing this whole narrative that he's shit when the guy's been misprofiled this whole time? And let's be honest, last season, yes, he scored 1 Premier League goal, but let's not forget the Champions League run he had as well.
Bro, tell me one Champions League goal he got where he didn't have space in behind it, other than against Prague. Oh wait, against Club Brugge. Sorry.
This is the issue with Martinelli. So I don't think Martinelli is a shit player. What he is he doesn't work for this in the Premier League in particular, where you have the low block, because his head goes down. He doesn't have the trick. He relies on space and his movement into space. What he could be is a really good pickup for a side that doesn't face that low block. Someone like a Borussia Dortmund could be a really good. The problem is most sides that would give a good money for it aren't going to do so for 2 reasons. One, they either don't have it, or secondly, and this is where Arsenal are in a catch-22, they've sold so poorly for so many years. Oxlade-Chamberlain's still our record sale, that teams know they can take advantage. I obviously did the 3 players earlier that Arsenal obviously don't want. You just take what you can get pretty much for them, right? But someone like Martinelli, we should be getting 45, 50 million pounds minimum. In this market, you could argue more for him. The problem is Arsenal have such a poor reputation, they're not going to get that, which is why look, the first bid is often a low block ball anyway, but it's why that 38 million pound offer, 38.3 million pound offer from
But also,
Galatasaray was so low.
it's
Can I
because-
ask a question, Dot, so quickly?
Go on.
Is Martinelli better than Garnacho?
I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, he is,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he went for 50 million.
Exactly. We
Last
should not
summer.
be. We should
And you're
not be.
telling me we can't get 60, 70 million
We
for
should not
Martinelli?
be accepting anything
Come on,
less.
bro.
But the difference,
We
but the
should not
difference
be
is
accepting anything
Garnacho
less
on
than
nearly 200 grand a
60
week, bro. Is he on nearly 200 grand a week, Garnacho? Does anyone know what his wages are?
No.
What his wages were when he was at Chelsea?
No,
I ain't got a clue, bro.
We should
But
not be
Martinelli's
accepting
on
the
anything
thing with
less
that
than
Garnacho
60
thing
million.
is, and it's not in the spirit of the rules, but it's within the letter of the rules. That was clearly we're going to
Money
give you an
laundering.
extra 20
Right,
million,
he earns about
and we're going to pay an
110
extra 20
grand, by
million.
the way.
Both Chelsea and Aston Villa did a deal there where they inflated the prices for both their players so that they could do the SCR thing. Yeah, and we've seen it happen before. Forest, Newcastle, and I want to say Villa again did it where they each bought a player off each other at a massive wage. Like Forest bought a fifth choice goalkeeper for £15 million. Like, or was it Newcastle? One of them did. Like, it was insane. That's why Garnacho goes for that. Garnacho is a £20 million player in this market. Let's call it 30.
Yeah.
But that's why he went for the best part of 50 million, was because they did a deal where both sides overpaid by £20 million for the two players they basically exchanged.
Also, he's on 110 grand a week.
And that's the difference. 180 grand versus 110 is a big freaking difference when you think about it over a 5-year contract, because that adds up, man. That adds up.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
And look, I don't hate Martinelli. I'm just sick of seeing these mediocre, dusty pricks at my club. Like, I'm not being funny. Think about the forwards we used to have even at the beginning of the Emirates era: the Nazaris, the Fabregas, the Van Persies, man, the Adebayors, the Eduardos, bro. Eduardo would be our best forward if he was in this squad right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, like, again, I don't hate any of these players really. Fabio, like Jesus. There's players that need to go, but I don't hate them.
No, I don't hate them either.
Nelson, Fabio, Jesus. But there's just one that I have a personal issue with. By the way, just one. Kepa Arrizabalaga.
Oh,
hate it.
Yeah, him I don't like.
At least he played Real in
Me
the community.
and
shield.
him.
Yeah, that was
Me and
it.
him.
It's like when we
I've got
had
something
Willian, I
personal going
hated
on.
him so much. When we had Willian, I hated him so much. When we had David Luiz, I hated him so much.
No,
You see,
David Luiz last the FA Cup final, last FA Cup
I
winner.
didn't hate
in the
David
back four,
Luiz.
in the back five.
I like David Luiz. So
Yeah, I
like
don't
him.
mind
no way.
Yeah,
He's one of the worst.
Listen, I didn't rate him that
I
highly.
didn't rate him, but yeah.
I didn't hate him.
He's
So
got
I
one of
didn't
the
hate
worst.
Jorginho when he was at Arsenal.
No, I didn't hate
Yeah,
him.
was
To be
cool.
fair,
Right, I hated
to be
William,
fair,
though. That's
signing
what I
at the
will
time,
say.
when he
I
signed-
hated William.
I understood that signing at the time, but I just didn't agree with signing him to a new contract. I didn't agree with that. But at the time when we signed him, I was actually okay with it. But because
Yeah,
of the situation, but
Yeah, we will move swiftly on to
yeah, I've got to get going. I've got to go in a minute, so I can't.
I was just going to move on to the predictions. I want to start off by asking you guys, who are you like invested your stocks in the most going into this season, player wise?
Solis.
At the moment, Zolis.
Dom?
Solis.
I think I think Bukayo Saka could have a big season, and I'm really interested in what Martin Odegaard will do. But Zolis is a really intriguing one because didn't know a lot about him coming in. Like my expectation for him are probably somewhere in around the 20 GA as a squad player. Obviously, if he ends up being the left winger this season, which Arsenal will have failed in the window if he is, then I think it will be higher than that. But I think he's intriguing. But I genuinely think Saka and Odegaard, if we can keep them fit for most of the season, that could really, really cook.
What about you, Josh?
So what?
Can I change my answer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go on, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say him.
Miles Lewis Skelly.
I had to say Lewis Skelly. I'm not even joking, bro. Yeah, I was about to say MLS, man. He ain't going anywhere, as we know. So him in the midfield. Again, I think the start of the season, he ain't going to play right straight in. Hopefully, you give him a bit of rest. Come off the bench. Lewis Skelly and Bruno G in there. Yeah, probably him. But I hear there's on this shout, man, because he's looked very sharp in pre-season. I mean, he looked brilliant in the Community Shield. And look, maybe he can
He's
back up.
intriguing, isn't he? Really.
Yeah, I was gonna say he got. I know it's the Belgium league, but the numbers he got was ridiculous. Goals and assists.
You don't,
52 GA, wasn't it?
Josh. You know what I'm going to say to you.
Oh, it's only the Belgium league. Yeah, but if there's some good players come from the Belgium league, Seb, man. You know,
Really?
look at what's he doing.
Yeah, but Seb, you said his name like, I don't really rate this guy.
Because you don't.
You
No,
don't
no
watch
one
that league. You
watches
don't watch
it,
that
of
league.
course.
All right.
Of course.
All right, you don't watch
You
that league.
don't. Yeah, but the thing is, you got to be careful with these sides because the thing is, you need now. I think the days of buying players from leagues that are not good as us are actually over now. You've got to be getting.
Well, Seb, the point of Zolis was I thought to be Trossard replacement to come in
Yeah.
the squad.
Yeah,
That's how I'll be judging him
I
this
still
season.
can't judge him yet. I still need to see what he does in the Prem before.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone would agree with that.
Because I'm not getting.
But have you not been impressed yet?
Oh yeah, a few bits and bobs.
Come on.
We haven't seen him properly yet. Yeah, a few bits and bobs. Whoa.
You know, there's been some good players come out in the Belgium league across Europe in the last 5 years. Like there's Charles. I've checked this out. There's Charles de Keltier, AC Milan, Atalanta. Victor Boniface, Openda, Joku, Pacho. You know, so
Pacho's not that good.
Well, I think he's part of one of the best back twos in Europe, to be honest with William Pacho.
What? Pacho at PSG?
PSG, Pacho.
Marquinhos is so much better.
Nah, Marquinhos is solid, but I think Pacho was arguably top 3
I think having him next to him makes him look good because I actually think if it was him alone, you wouldn't get the same player. I'll give you a bit like Joe Gomez. Remember him at Liverpool because he had Van Dijk next to him. He looked good, but if you take him out, he's very average.
I think these sorts of signings like Zolis and make or break. You look at the likes of Mascara, Hincapié. These are real good. Trossard, another example. Low transfer fees, high output players. They are the make or break because you need those to allow you to have the money to go and spend elsewhere on like a Rice and what have you. And that's why it is crucial that having got Zolis at 35 million to be that Trossard replacement at good value, in theory, we'll see what he does. That allows you to go and spend the big money on those forward replacements, which will ultimately be where in 2 weeks' time, just over, we'll be judging Arsenal on this window on what they do in those forward areas.
But signing. Yeah, but the thing is, signing players that go out have to be better than what we got. Have to be better than what we had. That's what takes you on to the next level. Like
we'll find out with Zolis, right? To see where he is. What we had to do was get younger on that left wing from Trossard because he was coming towards the end. But the crucial thing here is that upgrade on that left wing with the starter. That's what we're all after.
Yeah. That's the thing. Who are you investing your stock in, by the way, this season, Seb? Because I'm intrigued to know.
I'm going to back Victor Gyökeres to have a better season. I'm going to back him. I really do. I'm going to back him. I'm going to go for him. I've got him in my fantasy league as well. That shows you I'm backing him.
I'll tell you, that's a good choice. He was one of mine. XB, what about you, bro?
I think this next season has to be the season we see the best of him. If not, then you can safe to say.
Do you think he'll start the season, though? Because I don't think he will.
I actually think he'll start Havertz, but I think he'll start Havertz. It's pretty clever to first him.
Yeah, what about you, XB, bro?
I don't think that, but I think that's a mistake. You've got to mistake.
I'm gonna go with Zolis, man. I'm just liking what I'm seeing. Like, just evidentially, I won't say shiny new toy, but it's just a new toy we've got, and I'm just impressed in what I've seen. I'm gonna second what Dom's saying, man. He's intriguing. I didn't know much about him, other than what you see in or on stats and all that and numbers. But man, every preseason game, at least was that 6 goal involvements, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah. One goal as well.
One goal, yeah, man. It's crazy, man. And
one thing, right, I'll say about Zolis, right, is he does need to trust his ability more. Like there's times in the final third where I'm like, just release the shot.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Be a
he
good.
needs to-
And remember, to be a
That's the
good
only
attacker,
thing
you
about
need to
it.
have to be a
Small
good
fish in the
attacker.
big pond, though, isn't it?
Got to be more
You have-
selfish.
To be a good attacker, you need to have proper end product. You need to know
Yeah.
exactly what you need to do, and these are the things we criticise Madueke and other players like that. And you gotta know what to do. Like,
I think he's shown so far what he's got to
Yeah.
do, but the test is going to be as the season goes on,
100%.
how that translates into you're playing those low blocks. But what is encouraging about him is he gets his head up as he plays, and I think that is a really promising thing to see, because that would suggest that he's looking for those. And if you look at that pullback the other day for Wanyeri's goal in pre-season, you know, that came because he got his head up and looked to move that ball into that area, whereas, you know, three other players would not have done that. They'd have fired it across blind or taken a shot from an angle where they're less likely to score. Same with that header for Havertz yesterday. You know, he's looked, he's seen Havertz and he's cushioned it back across rather than tried to go for what would have been a very difficult header to beat Donnarumma from there. I think those are encouraging, but it is very early days. And
also, I want to judge him is there anything that he does better, which Trossard doesn't. That's how I'm going to judge. And so far, let's be honest, everything he's done, I've seen Trossard do many times.
Can I make it
anything that he can do at Trossard?
Defensively, I've noticed defensively he's a bit better than Trossard.
Wait, so Seb,
Yeah, that's true.
Seb, can I ask you then? Can I ask what is your expectation with the Zolis signing then?
Well, I want him to be more direct. I want him to be more direct. I want him to ship in with goals. I want him to be more direct and confident on the ball. And so far, I've seen bits of it, but I'm not getting blown away because
he might have a bit of imposter syndrome, man. He's come to Arsenal from the Belgium league, but I also noticed
you don't even watch.
Did it in the Champions
but
League?
crucially, the Arsenal scouts watch it, right? You know, and that is crucial.
Was it the Italian guy who scouted him then, Don?
They scouted Fabio Vieira, and look how that worked out.
No,
but
now we're trying to get rid of him.
Yeah, that was years ago.
Are you sure we're getting rid of
that
him?
was a different scouting network, and B, every single scouting network has failures, right? There's no scout in the world that hasn't had a bust at some point, right?
Hold on. Wasn't it that same? It's that same guy. No, it was that same guy that scouted up. Oh, yeah.
No, because we went from Napoli. This scouting guy.
Yeah, he's new.
Is it that guy?
Yeah, that's why I think he played a part why we got Zolis, right?
Yeah, and every single scout has failures in their system. Every single director of football has
I don't
failures
want
in
any
the
more
system.
of that. Now we're trying to get rid of him. We can't.
Well, of course, every single there's going to be busts along the way. Every single team has it. Look at City and Reinders, right? One of the best teams ever, and Reinders didn't work out. It's going to happen. Obviously,
now
we
need
minimise them.
but now we need to be seen more right than wrong.
Well, we are seeing more right than wrong. There's no question about that. No.
Yeah. By the way, I'm saying Eze this season. I'm investing my stocks in him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good shout.
A good shout.
It was between him, potentially Odegaard, because I think he's actually been quite impressive this pre-season. I'm not going to lie. And with the midfield balance of Bruno, Skelly, Rice, whoever, right, I think they could get the best out of him, as we saw at the weekend, but we will see. Obviously, Mars Lewis Skelly, Mars Lewis Xavi, you know what I'm saying? So,
I'm assuming you mean the Barcelona midfielder rather than Friday night in Bromley.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, Don. We'll move on to the predictions.
Predictions or Coventry game?
The predictions of where we're going to finish in the Premier League, Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, and then we'll get, of course, onto the Coventry game. But in terms of the Premier League, where are you guys predicting us to finish?
1.
Got to be back to back, surely.
1. If we don't go back to back, shame on us. 1.
Are you sacking the manager?
Yes.
Yes.
For me, if Arteta doesn't win the Premier League or Champs,
yes.
Don't sign that thing, blood. Don't sign that thing.
Yeah, he signed it by then.
He signed it already, ain't he?
He's announced himself that he wants to stay.
Yeah, it'll be embarrassing.
Especially we have a season like Liverpool did, where we completely.
But to be fair, right? Can I ask a question?
We have that.
Can I ask a question? If we don't get, the vital requirements, it's fair to say, come the end of the transfer window, and we don't win anything, who do you put the blame on? Do you put the blame on the manager, or do you put the blame on the board? Because to me, I think
it's a lot.
Yeah, as a collective for me, yeah.
Both.
As much as we need strength, we definitely need signings. The squad we got right now is good enough to go back to back.
If we dare sign Rashford, and that's it. And don't we dare sign Rashford?
You all right there?
Yeah, mate. Rashford would be a good signing, mate.
No.
Oh,
yeah, come on, Seb, man. Rashford is come on. You'd love to see this. You wouldn't.
Look, we've gone from Vinicius to Rashford. No.
I know you take Mudryk on
Harvey Barnes.
Sign him. They need to go.
Yeah, but Seb, we're getting about maybe £30 million.
No, it's not good enough. I can't stand the guy.
I know you take Mudryk on loan, right, Seb?
But Seb, he was good at Barcelona.
Not Madrid either, no.
But Seb, he was good at Barcelona.
Who?
Rashford.
He started off all right, but then he dipped.
He's inconsistent, though.
So inconsistent.
I think the thing with Rashford would be, let's say Rashford came in. If he came in on loan because we didn't get the left wing we wanted, I could probably live with that. But what you need to see, though, is another attacking signing coming alongside him, whether that's Alvarez or Osimhen or someone else like that. What I don't want to see is Rashford on a permanent deal at all, particularly with his wages and what have you, and there's other stuff that comes around him. That I don't want to see that, but I think I can't answer a hypothetical question on what happens to the manager. I think
it's just I don't see
in a world where we have a slot season. In a world where we have a slot season, of course you sack him. In a world where you have a slot season, you have to sack him, right? Because it would be. But if he finishes second by a point. That's a very different conversation given we've never repeated it. But Arsenal are the favourites right now.
What have we won if we do that? What else have we won?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't know how the season unfolds, right? I think the only clear-cut answer I can give is if you have a slot season, he probably does go. But we're talking about a hypothetical here, and we are talking about management that's just won the league against many people's expectations. But it's impossible to say, do you sack him, do you not? Because we don't know how the season unfolds at all, and we don't know what's going to happen.
I understand how difficult it is to retain a title. I do get that. But because of what's going on with all the other clubs, with the managerial changes and the uncertainty, that's why I'm denying it. If Pep was still there, if Klopp was still there, then I would have said as long as we're winning other stuff along the way and we're challenging.
I think there's something in that, but we're also saying right now that the squad hasn't got the stuff it needs in the transfer window, right? So we're talking hypotheticals here, which is why it's very difficult to answer it.
Yeah, the thing with Rashford is I don't think he's an Arteta player, but you know who I think is an Arteta player? Mykhailo Mudryk.
No, come on.
He's always wanted him, mate.
I don't want him. I don't want Nico Williams, no.
What about Rafael?
I reckon we should go back to Newcastle for Elanga.
No, I don't want him either.
What about Rafael? Would you take him?
No.
What about Iliman Ndiaye? If we were
I'll take him. Yeah,
I don't like his end product. I don't really like his
way better player,
but he's way better than.
Yes, I think he's a good player.
Leao concerns me on his consistency on a more serious note. You've just seen what I've just seen, haven't you?
Would you take Charlie Patino back, Sam?
Yes. Especially if Ranieri goes, and then you get him back, and you see the difference. Especially if Ranieri goes, because I still think he's a better player than Ranieri.
Would you still take Leon Goretzka, Seb?
Yes.
We don't need another midfielder.
No, we don't now. Now we got Bruno, no. We don't need him now. We don't need him now, but I did have him initially, yes. No.
In fairness to Patino last season, he did make 28 appearances with no goals or assists. But the season before, he didn't play at all.
Is he still in Spain?
And there he goes, you get him back.
He's playing with Aubameyang now.
And then you'll see the difference.
Deportivo.
Charlie, I'm sorry, Charlie Patino. It's a shame what happened, but he's nowhere near. Like he's playing. He played in La Liga 2 last season.
Yeah.
But don't forget, Barcelona, Juventus, and all that, and all those top clubs came in for him. They didn't come in from Ranieri. Now, with Ranieri, all you're seeing is Dortmund, Milan. It's a step down from the clubs that were after the team.
And yet he ended up at Deportivo La Coruña, which suggests they probably didn't want him. It's a shame what's happened to him. I think he's better suited to the Spanish league, to be honest.
Would you guys take Josh at Arsenal?
Who?
Oh, man.
Who?
Would you guys take Pedro Neto?
Yes. Yes.
Wild.
What?
To play where, Seb, then? On the left wing?
Come on, mate. He is way better than Madueke.
No, but on the left wing.
Yeah,
left wing.
Well, on the left, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So you're telling me about Rashford. We're going to Vinicius to Rashford. We're going to Vinicius to Pedro Neto, bro.
Well, mate, he's levels above him. He's levels above Rashford.
Really?
Pedro Neto?
Yes.
He ain't levels.
He does much more than Rashford does.
Did Pedro Neto even go to the World Cup?
Yes, he did with Portugal. Yes,
he carried the water bottles.
Yes, I will take Pedro Neto.
So are you willing to splash 80 million for Pedro Neto then, Seb?
If it's him and no one else, I'm taking it.
I'd rather take Leao, to be honest.
No.
And I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Leao. I'm really not.
The guy I really want is Alvarez. That's the attack I really want.
I don't rate Alvarez.
Alvarez is the one I really want.
For me, I've been talking this whole time on mute, bro. At this point, just play Bradley Bando Joseph, bro. At this point, if we can't get it forward, just play Bradley Bando Joseph.
And in Dye I take. In Dye I take. Yildiz, I probably would.
Is there a left wing back you'd like to sign by any chance, Seb?
Grimaldo. Yeah, well, exactly. Now, the thing is, listen. We could have got him.
He left again, didn't he? To Atleti.
Yeah, we should have been in there before. I was telling you all this. We should have been in there.
What? Even
Can I ask a question, Seb? Did you play FIFA 18 back in the day?
I wanted him before we signed to Kieran Tierney. I wanted him. And since then, since then, he's got better and better and better and better and better.
He's a left wing back that wanted to return home to Spain like Rodri. Like, unless London moved and I didn't notice.
I wanted him. And then if we got him, we wouldn't have needed to be scrambling in for another defender like we are now.
No, but we don't need him at left back, do we?
Yeah, you play him at
left. Calafiore.
We've got Hala, we've got Nketiah.
No. First of all, listen. You play Grimaldo at left back. Nketiah is more of a centre back. Calafiore, very injury prone, but yes, I'd have him. But again, you can put him as he's more of a centre back.
No, but Arteta's only playing him twice as centre back, mate.
Yeah.
He sees him a left back.
Yeah.
So Grimaldo, you have there. A proper left back.
But Grimaldo,
by the same time,
left back,
wing back.
He's a left wing back in a back five. It's why Cucurella plays for Spain and not Ronaldo, because he's in a back four for Spain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think this is what I was going to say. Like, you saw the mistake that Liverpool made with Frimpong
and Kirkez on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Kirkez is overrated.
Yeah, but Frimpong, like, he played in that same back five as a wing back. So I'm a bit concerned.
And he played in a three as well. He did as well. He played both.
Who did?
He played both, Frimpong. He played in a three and he played a wing back.
The thing is, it's a moot point. He wanted to return to Spain, right? I mean, it's...
I think he would have played left mid.
I honestly think if Arsenal came in and given him the way, he would have come.
No, he wanted
one of them left backs are going to have to go then.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, you getting rid of Calafiore Calafiore or Nketiah?
No.
Who are you getting rid of out of them three?
Who?
Out of them two, who are you getting rid of? Calafiore or Nketiah?
I'm not necessarily, no. In fact, if I had to sell one of them, then it would be Calafiore because of his injury records.
I mean, to quote Grimaldo, I think, as I said, to Spain since the start of the summer. I turned down offers to go elsewhere. I just wanted to return to Spain. I'm very happy to resign for Athletic.
Yeah, he's balling out, mate. He scored our first goal against Man City, mate. Yeah, proper baller.
He did. Yeah, he did.
As long as, but Seb, I agree. If he can stay fit, then that's the most important thing.
Just to stay fit, having another season of going down, because he's a cracking player when he's fit.
Yeah,
especially in the build-up.
Yeah.
Going forward, excellent, superb.
I've completely lost track of topic. You know.
You're saying Prem prediction?
Prem prediction.
Yeah, Prem predictions, but I don't even know where we were.
I think everyone said 1.
Yeah, we're gonna win it.
Oh yeah, 1. What about Carabao Cup, lads?
Oh,
quarterfinals. We don't usually do well in that quarterfinals.
Yeah, quarter.
Quarterfinals.
I don't really do cup predictions. It's so.
Exactly.
Carabao Cup winners.
That would be nice.
I'll be nice. I'll be happy with that.
Yeah.
I'll be happy with that, but I just don't.
It's just I'm worried about Kepa in goal, by the way.
No. Oh no.
Listen.
Oh no.
Kepa ain't playing that. If Kepa plays that final again, I'll slap Arteta's head so hard.
If we got to the final of either competition, you have to go Raya. Like, as we said at the time, you have to go your strongest player.
I think I tell you what. I think Melier's looked all right in pre-season. I'll be giving him.
Semi-finals, you play Raya.
I'll tell you what. Like, to be honest, I would promote Meslier as the number 2.
No.
I think he's been better than Kepa. He's not too bad.
No.
He's not better than Kepa. Come on.
No. He's an absolute bum. I can't stand him. He's an absolute. I was fuming when we signed him.
Yeah, so was I. But
he's an absolute bum.
He came to be.
And don't judge just because of what you've seen in pre-season. Don't judge. You judge.
Yeah, but again, what I've seen so far.
No, nothing. Nothing.
I think he's been better than Kepa, to be honest.
Well, they're neither good. No. Don't.
He's come to be the third choice goalkeeper.
You've seen in pre-season. Against Dortmund, he let in a silly goal.
Yes, most Premier League third choice goalkeepers do that. That's why they are the third choice.
I think he's looked all right, you know.
You should never have signed.
Considering
there was look at the one Man City signed. That's a proper number 2.
But we signed him to be a number 3, which comes after 2, before 4.
No. You get rid of Kepa. You don't bring in Meslier. You buy in another 2. You promote Setford.
So what are you doing? Bringing Leno in for number 3?
That's how you do it.
So, sorry, if you're buying a number 2, then Setford gets how many minutes as a number 3?
Well, you promote Setford as number 2.
Well, okay, so here's my thing, right? If you promote Setford number 2, I think Setford can be a really good goalkeeper, right? But he's got, 12 minutes? He's got 12 first-team minutes. If Raya goes down, you've got a kid playing that's never played before. My thing here is get him out on loan, playing football every week, and see what you've got in him. That's what Meslier was brought in to do, and then we'll see where we are.
He's not good enough. Trust me, if we played against Accrington Stanley and he was in goal, I wouldn't be confident.
Oh, come on.
I know what he's like. I've seen it time and time again.
He's a championship goalkeeper. That's what he is.
He's even made clangers against us.
Oh, Donnarumma made a clanger at the weekend. We sacking him off.
No. The Donnarumma has proven time and time again that he's good.
Of course, he has. He's a much better goalkeeper. But we're talking about third choice keeper.
Meslier has had a proper reputation of dropping hangers. And don't forget, the reason why he came out that lead size because he was dropped after clanger against Swansea, and then he never played the whole of last season, apart from a couple of reserve games. That was why he was dropped. And since then, he has not featured since. And he's
because he lost his confidence. They brought in other keepers. We're not asking him to play. We're asking him to be the third choice.
I don't even rate Leeds other keepers, Perry and Darlow. They're not good enough.
He's gone to United, actually.
They're not good enough either. But they're both better than them. But the fact that they both started over Meslier tells you something. Because I don't rate either of those two keepers.
He's number 3, Seb. Come on, man.
I don't rate either. He's not good enough.
He's the number 3 keeper.
What are you bringing in as number 3 then? Bernd Leno?
Bernd Leno number 2.
Hey, Seb, would you bring back Aaron Ramsdale as our number 2?
Yes. Wait, better than what's better than what we have? And
Yeah, if you can get Aaron Ramsey as number
put
2, of course
together.
you do it.
Yes.
But
Fair enough.
ultimately,
But
right
the
now,
whole situation happened before with him and Raya.
I think Ramsdale probably.
Yeah, but Raya was always a better keeper. Raya was always a better.
But ain't there a reason why we sold Ramsdale?
Yeah,
He wanted to go and be a number 1
because he wanted to be, and his dad was a whingy.
Yeah, it's his dad. His dad's
Oh, that was a
I
shambles.
remember that. Yeah,
That was a
My
shambles.
son doesn't get to play for Arsenal anymore.
That was a disgrace.
I think
And it
Ramsdale will
was-
concede the fact that he's number 2 now.
He's
He's
two
number
now,
2 at Newcastle all last season.
I think he's
sat
number
behind
2 at
Nick
Southampton now.
Think
He
about
sat
how
behind Nick Pope.
washed Newcastle are as well. Newcastle are washed, fam. Like they're so like. You know what? I'm gonna say this now. Newcastle might be in a relegation fight next season.
They're being a relegation. I think Brighton could be 2 with Europe, by the way, similar to Palace last year.
think
But neither.
Fulham-
Yeah,
Sunderland and
Sunderland,
Fulham will struggle.
Brentford as well.
Brentford, yeah.
But the 3 that came up for me are going
I
down.
don't know.
Yes, they're not good enough. The three come up terrible.
If anyone survives, I think it'll be Ipswich, but I don't think any of them will.
It'll be Ipswich, Coventry, Hull in that order easily.
Up the tractor boys.
In that order, they're all going down.
Commentary hole. So you think all 3 are going down?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
And if we don't pick up 9 points if we don't pick up 6 points against all 3 of them, shame on us. There is no way we can drop any points against any of those teams. No way.
There's always a random game where
Yeah.
drop points,
Yeah.
right? It's-
Remember Wolves last season, mate?
Yeah,
From
well,
the
yeah.
league.
And you saw my reactions towards that. You saw how angry I was about that.
we will drop points against someone random this season. It happens all
Yeah,
the time.
okay, but it's not meant to be too many. But
Well, we
maybe the
didn't
odd
have too
one or
many.
the odd 2.
I'm gonna predict us to lose against Crystal Palace. Tomiyasu header, mate.
Oh,
No.
He won't even
that's if he stays
It's
fit. By
gonna
the
be
way.
painful.
He won't even make it.
That's
He
if he
won't even
stays fit.
make it to that fixture, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you guys say for the Carabao Cup? By the way,
Quarterfinals.
Winners. Winners.
I'm gonna say final again.
Semi-final.
Who are we gonna lose to this time? Because we're not gonna lose to that bald forward Maresca.
Chelsea might make it.
Maybe
far,
Chelsea
but-
could
No,
do
fuck.
it.
Listen, winners, blood.
Liverpool.
Yeah, to be, you know what? Scratch that.
I'm
Winners.
saying Man City win Carabao Cup.
Nah.
You reckon?
I'm going to say
they'll
I'm
win
gonna
a
say Arsenal.
trophy.
But again, it depends on who we start in goal. That's the
I
thing.
still back them.
Actually, no, I'll go final. I'll go
With the
final.
squad they've got, I still reckon they're good enough to win a trophy.
Yeah, I'll go final just because
With the squad they've got,
you know I've got a feeling they'll start Kepa.
Don't.
What about FA Cup, guys?
Winners.
No, I really hope so, man.
Winners.
That's-
I think that's
Bro,
the
the
back
FA
though.
This FA Cup with this manager, man, he ain't got past the quarters.
He has won it
didn't
before. He just
He won
hasn't.
it.
No, since he won it. Since he
Yeah,
won
I
it.
know.
It's why I added that
We haven't
caveat
got
to your
past
People
sentence.
start taking
Josh.
that seriously.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I'm
Since
not
he
happy
won it,
about
but no, every time it's like look at the run we had last season.
Yeah, I know.
We didn't even play a single Premier League side. Did we
I
not?
know
No,
this is
we
going to
didn't.
sound mad. I'd rather win the Carabao Cup than the FA Cup because it's been so bloody long. And
I
obviously,
hear
the
that.
FA Cup.
Yeah, I can understand.
the FA
To
Cup
be
is a
fair,
big
I can
trophy.
understand that. I can understand that.
The
As
FA
long
Cup
as
is
you win-
obviously bigger.
As long as you win the Carabao and the Prem in the same as well, I'm fine with that. Just don't win the Carabao, nothing else, because that won't be acceptable. If we win that in the Prem, good. Then yeah, I'm
Because
definitely.
the Carabao, we only won twice in history,
Yeah, I know.
and the last time was like
93.
When I was
That's
1
what
years
born,
old, fresh out my
93.
dad's ball back.
that's
mate.
mad.
That's
That's
when I
mad.
was born, 93.
Against Wednesday.
No, there's no need dark side, bro.
Man, I was a weird tad
Sheffield
ball.
Wednesday. No.
And what's his name broke his arm when we won
Morrow,
it.
Stephen Morrow.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
87 was
Got
Liverpool.
dropped.
Was beating Liverpool 87.
Yeah.
Last time we won it, we beat Sheffield Wednesday in both finals that year, I think.
Yes, both the FA Cup and the
What do you win the FA Cup? If Man United win the FA Cup, they go.
They go above us, don't they?
I think
No,
above
level,
us now.
level.
Oh, is it level? Is it level? Okay.
Yes, equal.
I think I don't. I hope
Man
we do.
United, wait, listen, Josh, calma, tranquilo.
Tranquilo.
Despacio. Because let me tell you something, Man United ain't winning the Mierda de Puta Madre, joder.
No. Mate, they're washed overrated club.
They ain't winning nothing, man.
Washed overrated team. Everyone's hyping.
Carrick
them.
is going to get fouled out this
Yeah,
season.
he is.
Yeah.
It's why I think
Yeah,
Chelsea and
I
Spurs
think
could
they
be
struggled
dangerous
this
this season
season.
for the same reason that
always
Carrick was at Manchester United.
Chelsea will
last season.
finish above Man United.
Yeah, I think so.
Chelsea.
I think Chelsea are probably the only ones this season that can probably propose a threat for us because, you know, They've got one game a
You
week.
still,
Xabi
can't,
Alonso.
and you still can't rule out Man City with the team they've got with Haaland and all that. You can't write them.
Yeah, I know, but Rodri, like,
Rodri is
They've still got Haaland and all that. I still reckon he's winning.
Hot take. I think Haaland's going to be gone next summer.
Yeah.
To Real Madrid.
Yeah, Real Madrid.
Yeah, mate.
Or
yeah.
Barcelona.
If he goes to Real Madrid, yeah, Vinny is in trouble. Vinny is in trouble because Mbappe has to play off the left then because Haaland can't play on the wing. So if he does go to Real Madrid, Vinny is finished, bro.
Then we better get him next summer.
Yeah, back onto Vinny, actually. I think he has made the incorrect decision to stay at Real Madrid. Not just because I'm biased in that, but like genuinely, he's staying in the toxic environment, you know, where Real Madrid fans hate him.
They hate him now. They hate him.
Yeah, if he would have come to Arsenal, like, he would have been the main man.
They were fuming with him the other night against Schalke. Did you see that end stream, Dave's stream? Honestly, he literally ripped into it.
I swear, he's a clone of himself.
He literally ripped into him.
Rory, yeah, he could have. He chose to stay at Real Madrid and be Robin, but if he came to Arsenal, it could have been Robin van Persie, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just fucking stupid. Why would you want to be the backup dancer when you could have been the main man? It's just stupid. Listen, like I said, look, Real Madrid is the biggest club in the world. I'm not going to say that. We should have a bigger pool as Arsenal. My name might be Ty, but I'm not Ty. You know, if you know what I'm trying to say. So it's like, I just don't get it. For me, I just
your name's not Darkside.
Yeah, I just look at it like this. Vinny's one of the best, probably the best left wing in the world, outside of Mbappe. You play in the same team. Mbappe wants to play off the left. Do you want to play off the left? Jude Bellingham likes to drift to the left, and then eventually they will get Haaland, and then you are basically going to be like second and a half choice to play on the left.
And with the talent you've got as well.
Yeah, and like you're 25, you're in your prime years. You should have just been Robin van Persie. Why be Robin? I don't understand. Plus, we would have given you 500 bags a week, and you would have got 100% your image rights. Yeah. Plus, the racism in England is way better. I know.
So what did you guys say for FA Cup?
Winners.
I said winners.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go third round. We're gonna get knocked out earlier. Right?
But you know what? At the time of the year it comes though, like
I hope not.
Bro, like I'll be honest with you, we just under this manager, we are just cursing this competition. Like we haven't touched. Other than last season, we didn't even we won 2 FA Cup games, bro.
Yeah.
One against Oxford, one against Oxford, and one against Crystal Palace. That's embarrassing. That is.
I'm gonna say quarters. Just thinking about the time of the year it comes, and it's tricky.
A lot of it will depend on the draws. It's why I find it so hard.
I just see Liverpool. I don't know why. I don't know why I see Liverpool.
Bro, I don't want to play Liverpool.
Anfield.
Anfield,
something like that.
I swear, like, when do we ever play Liverpool like away in the FA Cup?
We played them in the Carabao Cup.
Carabao Cup a few times.
The last time we played Liverpool away in the FA Cup was a third round back in 2007. When Rosicky scored twice and Thierry Henry.
Seb, I love how you think about that.
That was the last time we played Liverpool away.
Seb, bro, how do you know that?
We played Liverpool at home a few times.
Bro, on that day, I was fresh from my dad's ball back.
We played Liverpool at home in the FA Cup twice since then, in 2014, and the other year when we beat them 2-1. And
how could he just think of?
And in 2024 when they beat us 2-0, we played.
It's why I don't do quizzes against him.
Okay, can I ask you a quick question?
What?
What was the team that Thierry Henry scored his first and last goal against?
Sunderland. Scored his last goal against Sunderland.
Yeah.
And his first goal against Southampton.
Fucking hell, bro.
Damn, man.
Fucking hell.
Ask him what the score was in both games. He'll tell you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't know the first. The first with the I know the Sunderland one. I don't know the Southampton one because I don't know the results back in that day. I know the results from 2004 onwards.
That's mad.
That's every result you can name. Sorry,
the
Sunderland one I know was 2-1. We came back from 1-0 down. Ramsey and Henry.
Yeah, could we just cut the quizzes because like the guys scored.
I remember that match very well. Very well.
Right, Josh, what were you saying about the FA Cup?
Oh, mate. Yeah, I hate to sound negative, but like Dom said, you don't until the draw happens, man. Like, you don't really know. So I'm gonna go quarters again, unfortunately.
6-3 was the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, it also depends on the Carabao Cup draw as well.
6-3 was a Carabao Cup. It was the Carling Cup back then.
And finally, Champions League.
Winners.
I'm saying
Semi-finals.
winners as well.
Come on.
You see,
it's
I
gotta
predicted
be- it's gotta be-
quarterfinals,
Semi-finals, I do
season,
actually think. Saturday.
semi-finals. This season, I predicted final.
I think we weren't
God,
quite
time
doing
out.
semi-finals.
Winners.
I'll
Third
be
attempt.
honest with you guys. I'm not optimistic.
Wait,
this time.
actually-
I'm going last 16. You know.
I'm going quarterfinals.
Semi-finals.
Yeah, the two teams I'm looking like, as we Dom said
Barcelona.
earlier, PSG and Barca.
Yeah,
I was just going to say to Josh. I was just going to say. I reckon we're going to run into PSG.
Good.
Yeah, that PSG, man.
Yeah, and Barcelona.
Just imagine if PSG weren't an oil club, we would have won the Champions League, bro. Like, it's actually mad. We would have won the Champions, bro.
No,
you
if
think about it,
Mosquera didn't
we'd have two
foul
Champions Leagues
Australia, mate.
because we would have beat Inter Milan in that final. They were just there for the taking, and we would have probably beat Bayern in the final this year. It just pisses me off, man. All these tiny little butterfly effects that affect my flipping happiness, man. Fuck's sake.
Wait, Seb, how do you reckon Mourinho will do in the Champions League with Madrid?
He'll do well. He wins you a title right now. I think he's winning La Liga. He's winning La Liga. He still wins you a title right now.
There is a chance that Real Madrid win under Mourinho simply because Real Madrid are that good. Jose Mourinho, the only job he can get is this one because he's mates with Perez, right? I mean, it's no coincidence no one's gone anywhere near him for ages.
Then that will prove to you that he's not a finished manager.
Well, he is a finished manager.
Seb, did you watch the
Worst manager in
Netflix
England
thing?
at Real
You watched the
Madrid.
Netflix documentary of Mourinho that came out?
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, you should watch it, man. It's good.
He wins you a title right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right now.
Yes, right now.
Seb, I thought you hated him because of what he said about Wenger and Arsenal.
But he wins you a title right now. Yes, I didn't like him doing that, but he wins you a title right now.
So you'd take him Arsenal right now then over Arteta?
Yes, because then he wins us the league. And also with the style of football that we play, he's won like.
Do you know he ain't won a
He
trophy
might
since
release the
Roma?
handbrake, though. That's
How
the
many
thing.
trophies has he won playing that?
Yeah, but he ain't run a trophy since Roma. And that was in 2021 or something, or 2022 when they won the
Look at the
conference.
team.
Spooky.
Yeah, but Arsenal compared to Roma, we got way better.
Hey, Josh, I just got
And
one.
don't
thing to
forget,
say to that.
and with the style of football that we play, guess how many trophies has he won with that?
We might release the handbrake.
Yeah, it looks like it.
We might release the handbrake.
I wouldn't judge too much on yesterday. What I do think it shows is when
Yeah.
teams do play that way against us, we can do it. But playing low blocks is very, very different. It was my point all last season, and I think again it showed there. You look at the results last season.
won
Generally, when
Right,
teams
he's won
pass against us, it's
27
torn.
trophies playing like that. To the way we play, 27 trophies playing like that, and he's managed the biggest players in the world. So he does. So that's how he does.
But do we?
Yeah,
How?
years ago.
Do we really play? Do we really have like the biggest
If he plays
names
like
in the
that,
world?
He'd be
Last
sat by
time.
December, Seb.
last time,
around
would you
Madrid,
take
mate.
it?
That's how.
It's
I'll
not. It's
maybe
not like
judge
we
that.
have bloody. Ronaldo back in the day, Mesut Ozil.
The way
I
we
mean,
the way
Bernd
we
Schuster
play,
won the league with Real Madrid. Like Real Madrid is a two-horse race between them and Barca, right?
he's winning it.
And he could do, but I think Real Madrid could win it almost with most managers. It doesn't happen under
Let
every
me-
manager, but
Let me say this.
Barcelona are still going to win that title, by the way.
100%. Now that they got
Yeah, but-
Rodri, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Yeah, Real Madrid are gonna come third in the two-horse competition because I'm telling you right now, Mourinho is washed.
He's
Yeah.
not.
Mourinho is washed, bro.
even
He is
if he
Mourinho
does,
is washed. Listen, 10 years ago, I think I am the special one.
He's
3
not.
Premier League.
He's
Respect.
not a-
Respect.
We
But
said
now,
the same thing about Carlo Ancelotti. Then look what he did at Real Madrid when
no
he came
one said he was
Won the
washed.
No one said he
Champions
was
League, won the
washed.
Champions
Yeah.
League. A lot of
Bro.
people did. Maybe not you guys, but a lot of people did.
I
And
don't
I
know
said
anyone
no,
who
he's
said
not.
Oh, you
Just
mean when you went?
Just
Well,
because he flopped to Everton.
he went Everton, but did he
because
flop
of
at
that.
Everton? I don't think he
Doesn't
flopped at
mean-
Everton.
He actually
I
did
don't
all
think
right
he
at
flopped
Everton compared to what we're doing now.
He didn't even flop at them.
I don't think.
Yeah, I
he
mean,
flopped at Everton.
Ancelotti went from Napoli to Everton, back to Real Madrid. Mourinho has had stints at Roma, Fenerbahce. Where was he last season? Benfica again.
Benfica, yeah.
And now he's
He
back
knocked
at
Real
Real
Madrid.
Madrid.
He beat
That's
Real
not
Madrid.
comparable,
He
let's
beat
be
Real
honest.
Madrid at Benfica.
No, he
Did
didn't.
Mourinho win the Portuguese league last season?
No.
No,
No, he
finished
went unbeaten. That's because
and he finished second.
yeah, but that's
3-1
because,
nothing.
that's because they were out of it. That's because the time he came back, he was way off.
Oh, wait, what was that?
The time he went back, he was mid-season. He was way off. That's why.
Oh, he was
Oh,
way
yeah,
off.
Josh,
It's
the
almost
way
like
he
he is
dropped that was
washed then.
funny.
No, at the time he was way off, but he wasn't in the end. At the time when he came, they were miles off.
So Real Madrid
Who were
winning
miles
the La
off?
Liga this season then?
Yes,
What, ahead of Barcelona?
Yes.
They're
Because
not
of
betting the
Mourinho.
Barcelona right now. Come on, what?
because of Mourinho.
Bro,
But-
let me tell you, Josh. I'll tell you what. If Barcelona, if Real Madrid win the league, you don't even have to give me anything. If Real Madrid win the league, I'll give you £100.
They're
There we go.
winning it. They're winning it.
It is possible that Real Madrid win the La Liga because they are a very, very good team. But what will happen? But I think Barcelona are favourite. But what will happen, 100%, and you can bank this, is he will fall out with the team, the fans, and everyone at the club because he does it consistently. It's why no one, bar Perez, from a top league and a top club would hire him. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, it's
Take
very
him in a
true.
heartbeat.
Very true.
He would destroy absolutely everything at
You would-
Arsenal. And like,
So,
no
so would
question.
you sack Arteta now?
No. Oh no, definitely go to sack Arteta now. And Mourinho ain't going for now.
Mourinho-
But if you had the choice to sack Arteta and bring Mourinho in, would you bring Mourinho in?
Well, because Arteta just want to leave. The answer is no. But if he hadn't have done, the answer would have most definitely been yes.
Okay.
The answer would have most definitely been yes if he had have done. Had have done, there's no way back.
Wins the league before
Because he won a league. Anyway, you can actually sack a manager for winning the league. Real Madrid do it all the time. Real Madrid do it all the
Real
time.
Madrid, bro. They're Real Madrid.
Yeah, but this is why they're successful all this time. Because of
Were they successful the last 2 years?
No, but they're doing things about it now to make them come be successful. They're doing things now about it.
And they're still not going to
They're
win
going back to
nothing
the
this
They
season.
will. They will.
I guarantee
They
you right
eventually
now,
get it
Real
right.
Madrid are going to go trophyless, bro.
No, they're not.
They are.
Definitely not.
They are. They're
Definitely
not winning
Well,
this. Bro. They're not
Dictator
winning-
and
You will
Mbappe,
stop
not
me
a
if they
chance.
won
They're
the
not,
Champions
they're not
League.
better
You
than
will not.
PSG. They're not winning the Champions League. They're not winning the Copa del Rey because Barcelona own them. And they're
They're
not,
not
winning the
even
league
better than
because-
us for me.
And they're not winning the league. And they may win the Super Copa de España, but that's about it. Maybe.
Mourinho wins you.
Anyways,
Now.
my laptop's gonna die soon, so we've got to move on.
So here Mourinho wins you the league one more time.
Right, just quickly, the Coventry game this Friday. What would your lineup be going into this one? Because it's, in terms of the players that we had yesterday, Saka, Rice, can you see any of them starting on Friday? Or can you see Arsenal going with the same balance? Because I'm hearing something about, Bruno picking up an injury or something because he came off at half time.
I think that was pre-planned, but we'll see.
No. Who told you that?
I don't know. I was just hearing that he had some sort of ice pack on his groin or something like that anyway when he came off at half time. I don't know. It's probably just precautionary. But what would your lineup be?
I'd go with the
going
same
into this
team,
one?
bro. I'd go with the same team, but I'm telling you right now, Arteta's going to switch Bruno with Rice and Madueke with Saka because he's not going to learn his lesson and he's going to run them into the ground.
But what would you go for, bro?
I'd go with the same team. I'd go with the exact same team. The exact same team we started in the Community Shield.
I put Max at right win.
Yeah, I
exactly.
was going to say.
Yeah, I was going to say swap Madueke with the White Child of Destiny. Other than that, keep the team exactly the same.
What about Gyökeres? Would you start him?
him over.
No, I wouldn't start Gyökeres because after that Dortmund performance, I don't really want to see the back of him until like Chelsea, really, to be honest. And you know me, I'm a Gyökeres wanker, but you got to put a donkey, unfortunately.
For me, it's Kai Havertz that starts this one because of the way Coventry will set up against us. I think Gyökeres, similar to Martinelli, is best running into space and coming across. So Havertz starts this one for me. You want Gyökeres starting the games where he's got space to run into.
Facts.
I'd go unchanged as well.
Facts.
Josh, what about you, bro?
Domination in the nation.
that is one of the funniest jingles, by the way.
No, I think the only change I'll make is Damon on the right wing. I think keep it the same. I wouldn't be playing Rice, Saka, none of that. Bruno G, Luis Gay in the midfield. Even Odegaard, Zolis as well. This will be a big test for like Odegaard and Zolis because we ain't gonna get that much space like we did against City. You know, we know Coventry are gonna play, man. Most likely they're gonna low block it. So
if Bruno's out, who do you play? For me, I bring in Zubimendi.
Zubimendi.
yeah,
Easily.
yeah, Zubi,
Zubi, mate. Where are you? Got some work to do now.
Pick up Anfield.
Can I ask a quick question actually before everyone does the rest of the lineups? I personally, I've been thinking about this for a while. Would any of you guys experiment and put Wanyeri as a false 9?
No.
Yo, do you know he played then under the in the youth?
No. I want to win
Yeah,
the
that's
league.
why I
I
wanted them
want
to
to win
lie,
the league. You start
Fine.
experimenting like that, we don't win the league.
Mate, don't underestimate Black
experiment.
bullshit, man. Come on.
Do you not see how good he was? Was it Dortmund game or
Where?
The back heel, bro. The back heel. That was
Yeah,
weird.
I'll tell you what, his off the
Homo
ball
game.
work rate.
Yeah,
by
off the
way.
ball, he was like proper on it, like
His work,
pressing and everything.
his
Yeah,
work,
work rate was mad.
unbelievable.
I'd go with it, man. Imagine we turn
No.
Wanyeri into like Black
No,
David
you're
Lee.
correct. We need to stop this experimenting. This is where you do. This is what you do in pre-season. You don't do that when the season starts.
Yeah, but when I might be.
None of that rubbish this year. I will not
Oh, my
win the
days.
league.
So, what's your lineup then?
The same as yesterday, but I want Gyökeres to start.
What about you, XP, bro?
Unchanged. I was literally sitting there trying to think what we can do, but yeah, it's interesting to see how we will face against the low block. But yeah, I don't see that Gyökeres one. I don't see him making any sort of intricate passes to beat a low block. Havertz could hold up the ball pretty well. And then the right wing, it's probably gonna have to be Max because he can drive into the box. Madueke, he will put it on his left and then just make the wrong decision. He does everything right, just to that last.
That
Mate,
last
he
bit
puts
that's
it on his
really
left, and then it goes
No.
Kanye, and then it goes Kanye West, bro.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what happens.
crazy, man. So yeah, I'll go unchanged. I'll put Max down in there. And yeah, that's it. That's all I can say. Yeah.
Oh,
I was thinking
also,
about-
actually, I'd swap Mascara for Salmon because I think Salmon's clear, by the way.
That's not a bad shout, you know. He's really
Because
impressive.
his composure is so much like Mascara lost us that Champions League because he's too scatterbrainy, man. I don't like his jittery. I don't like his.
It was
jittery.
only it was a tired leg.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I thought Mascara did
Yeah.
really well out of position.
He was
in Champions
brilliant
League.
apart from that, though, to be fair.
Yeah, but bro,
Yeah.
apart from that, is the reason why we haven't got a star above that fucking badge. Not good enough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold that against.
I won't back
Yeah, and he's playing out of position as well. Like,
No,
can't
Yeah,
That's
look, I'm not
Mascara
trying to
right
shit on him, but what I'm saying is, like, I've noticed when I do watch Mascara, he's so jittery. Like, even sometimes we get the ball, like on the edge of like the opponent's box when we've got them pinned back, and he doesn't take his time. He just like passes it straight away, and I'm like, bro, take a breath, man.
and so was Gabriel first. That's what I'm saying.
Gabriel's looked a bit iffy this preseason as well, but I don't know.
Yeah.
if that's
He looked good on Sunday though. I think Marley Salmon looks a real player, a real player. I think, but I think you have to go experience into this game. Like Coventry come in here with zero fear. They've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
They are going to be right up for it. I think you do have to go for those experienced players. Josh is having drinks brought to him.
Guys, I do actually have to. I would love to go on for longer, but
I need to get bed.
my battery is about to die any second, so I am going to have to wrap up. Unfortunately, it's been a lit show. It's good to have, obviously. I know it's not here at the moment, but it's good to have Seb back on. It's been a chill conversation, actually. I'm not going to lie.
Unexpected.
Well, at times, but yeah, just quickly, XB, great to have you on the show again, bro. Got anything coming up this week?
I'm on the catch up tomorrow. Got my Tuesday podcast with No Chaser, and I've just been doing the shorts, man. Just banging out the algorithm, man. So
yeah, and just
They're
quickly,
changing
what's
the
the score
algorithm as
prediction
well
for
back
Friday?
towards favouring shorts because it's gone away in recent weeks.
say that again, sorry, Dom.
They should get more pickup on your shorts as well now because they've changed the algorithm back.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I noticed one of my old shorts just got like some crazy views the other day. Did it like last year. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna keep working those. Score prediction for Friday. We should 3-0 them, man. It should really be more, but I'm interested to see how we go against this low block. But I think Zolis is gonna be the star man again, man. I think he's more than what I think Seb was making him seem to be. So we'll see. We'll see.
Seb, you got any articles coming up? I've not.
Yes, I'm doing one. Yeah, I'm doing one based on whether Arsenal are ready. I'm going to explain it all.
And what's your score prediction for Friday? Just quickly.
You know what? I'm actually going to go 2-0. I think it'll be tighter. I think it'll be a harder game than yesterday because of this low block and Coventry will play with nothing to fear, and maybe and hopefully the fans, but hopefully the players will be ready. But I still don't quite think we are 100% ready. But we should have enough to beat Coventry and Villa. I'm still confident about that. So,
Josh,
I'm saying 2-0.
I'm probably gonna go same. I'm feeling maybe 2-0, 2 or 3-0. I think, come on, like, with all due respect to them, as you said, Seb, they'll give us a decent game. They'll be up for it, newly promoted side. But we should be winning, man. It won't be a good look to lose the first game. Everyone's be watching as well, Friday night.
Yeah, the whole country's going
Everyone's be watching.
Yeah.
So most of them will be hate watching.
Yeah, they will be hate watching. So we need to part.
Yeah, because they're idiots.
You know,
they're idiots.
Yeah. Dom, what about you, bro?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tighter game than you look. You don't really want the newly promoted side first game. I hate it, but you know,
at home I'm fine with it, but not away.
Away's even tougher. But again, no fear, nothing to lose. I think it'll be 2-0 Arsenal. I think we win it. We should win it.
Dark Side, what about you?
Yeah, just same thing. I've just been banging out the shorts. I got the my new podcast tomorrow, Touchline Trifecta, 8 p.m. Going to be doing that with Gooner and Boring Arsenal. In terms of score predictions, 4-0, bro. I think it's going to be an easy game. I think the first half is going to be kind of cagey. We'll break the deadlock and then we'll pull their pants down, essentially.
I get it as well because it's Fat Frank, in it. So
if we score early, you could see it being a cricket score. Yeah. I think the longer it goes on, the cagier it gets.
And I'm going to predict my man of the match, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Beyblade for the man of the match, bro. I can't believe I'm saying this. Beyblade gets the man of the match.
Interesting. But yeah, on that bombshell, guys, I'm going to wrap up because, as I said, my battery's going to die and I want to end the stream before it eventually dies. But appreciate all of you guys coming on. Kizzy was supposed to come on as well, but unfortunately he's had some technical difficulties, so hopefully he'll make it next week. But subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Run the likes up.
It's gone.
Yeah, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. This is Black Rory here. Obviously, I've just been the Tanabez, you know what I mean, son? You know what I mean?
Man. And then he was actually end the stream.
Wait, so his laptop died then? So how was he end the stream?
He has to come back on and then.
Unfortunately, my laptop died, so I can't end the stream right now. So,
Right. We'll end it here. As we're always trying to say, like and subscribe when you